And last but certainly not least, representing Great South Bay YMCA, here is Jessica Shulman. All right, Duck fans, let's have a nice big round of applause for all of our first pitchers here tonight. We'd also like to thank once again the YMCA for being tonight's game sponsor and giving our first 1,500 fans to the games here tonight those great t-shirts.
And don't forget, baseball fans, that tonight is another foul ball Friday, which means that tonight's foul ball player of the game, Long Island Ducks third baseman number 2, Cody Puckett, takes a home run off either of the foul balls. One randomly selected fan will win $50,000. It could be you. But to be eligible, you have to stop by now to Long Island Ducks ticket kiosk on the upper concourse behind home plate and fill out an entry form. Remember, that's the Long Island Ducks ticket kiosk on the upper concourse behind home plate. Don't miss out on your chance to win $50,000 tonight. Sign up now because
This is Long Island Ducks baseball.
Justin Davies at the plate, the winning run at third. Crowd going nuts. Swung on, bouncing ball left side, off the mitt, up third baseman Brad Strauss. Here comes Willie Rodriguez. Justin Davies has done it again. The Ducks are one quack away from the championship. Jason Johnson makes the catch. He makes the catch, and the Long Island Ducks have swept the Camden River Sharks. They are the 2004 Atlantic League champions.
Line bunts up the third baseline. Esquivel charging in. They're not going to have a play, and the Ducks are the champions of the Atlantic League here in 2012. Going back is Adam Bailey. He settles under it. He makes the catch. Adam Bailey makes the catch. And for a second straight year, the Atlantic League trophy will reside on Long Island. The Ducks are the Atlantic League champions.
And now it's time for the Long Island Ducks North Shore LIJ Southside Hospital pregame show.
We are live here at Bethpage Ballpark in Central Islip, New York. It is time once again for Long Island Ducks baseball. And tonight, the Ducks have returned home following a week-long road trip, and they will open up a 3-game series with their Liberty Division foes, the Somerset Patriots. Well, good evening, everybody. Thanks so much for tuning in to Long Island Ducks baseball here on this lovely Friday evening in Central Islip, New York. Whether you're tuning in on our official flagship radio station, 103.9 FM, LI News Radio, or online at liducks.com and the official Ducks YouTube channel. Michael Pollack here alongside David Weiss here at Bethpage Ballpark. A terrific evening for baseball and a great matchup as the Ducks and the Patriots, who seem like they're going to be playing each other the entire month of July, meet again for 3 straight games this weekend.
Well, first of all, Michael, first time we've had an opportunity to work together this season, the 2015 campaign, and I already take issue with something you said. You called it a lovely evening. Beyond lovely. It is perfect for baseball.
I have
today.
undersold the evening.
Yes,
I apologize.
I mean, just some wispy clouds up in the sky. No threat of rain, of course. The humidity is at a lower level, although that is going to increase in the days to come. But as for tonight, just absolutely perfect for baseball. Temperature's got to be in the 70s. And if you're thinking about coming out to the ballpark, there's a seat waiting for you. And as you mentioned, the Ducks, after a 7-game road trip to start the second half of the 2015 campaign, amazingly enough, this is the first Ducks home game since that amazing 4th of July weekend.
Absolutely, a great 4th of July weekend. The Ducks had 3 straight crowds of 7,000 plus, July 2nd through the 4th, and ended up taking 2 of 3 games from this very same Patriots team the last time they were here at this ballpark. And then the very long 10-day break. You had the Atlantic League All-Star break that took 4 days, and then the week-long road trip in which the Ducks went 4-3. Kevin Baez talked to him before the game. He said he was happy that the team had a winning road trip. That was most important. He'll take that, especially for a team that really has been hurting of late because of all the players that have been signed away since the start of July 4 players have now been signed away, 3 of them by major league organizations, and they're not low guys on the roster. They are top flight players that all got taken away.
You take a look at those offensive categories in the Atlantic League. The names Lou Ford and Ricci Corona are all over the leaders in virtually every offensive category, and those 2 players, among others, are now elsewhere in other organizations. For Lou Ford, south of the border in Mexico, although there's a better than even chance he may be back before the season is finished. But the Ducks have to play with the hand they are dealt. They've been cherry-picked. They are a deep team. They're off to a good start for the second half, and they're playing their most fierce rival. Put aside the Long Island Sound rivalry for a moment. The 2 most successful teams in the Atlantic League in their history, dating back for the Ducks to 2000, for the Patriots back to 1998, the 2 most successful franchises facing each other tonight.
Yeah, exactly. It's always a great matchup when these 2 teams played. In fact, out of the 10 games so far this season, 8 of them have been decided by 3 runs or less, so they're always tense, exciting games. That was the case here the last time these 2 teams played for a 3-game set that July 4th weekend, as you talked about, and it'll be up to the Ducks, who have several new faces to fill in for those guys who got signed in the lineup on the roster, and one guy added today, so it should be an interesting series, and the Ducks hoping to continue their success at home. 28-7 this year at Bethpage Ballpark, the best home record in the Atlantic League, and we'll see if that continues here during this 3-game weekend series. We'll take a break here on the pregame show. When we come back, I'll be joined by one of those newest Ducks, and that is outfielder Steve McCail, a Wantagh native who last night hit his first home run as a member of the Long Island Ducks in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. We'll be right back here at Bethpage Ballpark.
Hey fans, this is Kevin Byers, manager of the Long Island Ducks, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather, 103.9 LI News Radio.
North Shore LIJ Southside Hospital in Bayshore is the healthcare heart of our community. We provide outstanding health care right here at home with centers of excellence in cardiology, orthopedics, neurosciences, women's health services, and much more. Experience counts, and North Shore LIJ Southside Hospital has been around for nearly a century of care. For more information, please call 631-968-3000 or visit us on the web at www.nslij.com.
Can't get enough of the Long Island Ducks? Well, now you can get even more inside info on your favorite hometown team through Facebook and Twitter. The Ducks are constantly updating fans through social media with scores, transactions, ballpark promotions, and much more. You can even win great prizes. All you'll need to do is make a free account on Facebook and Twitter, and then visit us at facebook.com/LIDucks and twitter.com/LIDucks. Think you're Long Island's biggest Ducks fan? Get connected now.
Back here at Bethpage Ballpark as the Long Island Ducks and the Somerset Patriots get ready to do battle in the first of 3 games in this weekend series from Bethpage Ballpark. Lots of new faces on this Ducks roster, as since the start of the month of July, 4 different players have been signed by outside organizations. Mickey Janis going to Single-A Advanced A with the New York Mets organization. Andrew Barbosa, Double-A with the Braves. Lou Ford, who is now with Tijuana in the Mexican League. And most recently, Ricci Corona, who yesterday was signed by the Washington Nationals and is heading to Double-A Harrisburg, the second Duck this year to go that way. So, lots of new faces coming in. One of them is a Wantagh native, and that is Steve McCail, who last night got his first start in a Ducks uniform and hit a solo home run at Lancaster's Clipper Magazine Stadium in the Ducks' 8-1 defeat. I had the chance to catch up with Steve before tonight's ballgame. Steve, you hit your first home run as a Long Island Duck in your first start in this uniform yesterday. How did it feel to get one out of the yard?
Oh, it felt great. You know, I hadn't had a at-bat there for about 2 weeks, so you know, surprisingly, I was feeling loose. I was feeling really confident before the game, and I just put a good swing on it, and good things happen.
When you go for a long stretch like that without having an at-bat, how tough is it to adjust to live pitching here in the Atlantic League?
You would think it's tough, but it actually relaxes you a little bit, you know, because you get those 2 weeks off. You don't have to worry about nothing. You know, you relax your mind, your body, and when you come back, you really feel 100%, you know, both mind and body, so it wasn't that bad for me.
As a guy here from Long Island, you grew up in Wantagh, still reside there now, getting to play for, in a way, your hometown team. How exciting of an opportunity is this for you?
You know, I've been to a lot of places, and I played for a lot of teams, and I could 100% say that I'm the most excited in my whole career to play here. You know, just because I've watched the Ducks since I was a little kid. You know, and I was always it was always in the back of my mind, man, I want to play for them one day. So really being here really means a lot.
When you were a little kid, as you were growing up, did you get a chance to come out here and watch any games? Did you come out often?
Yeah, I came out often when I was a kid, and I've seen a lot of games sitting in the stands, so it's going to be really exciting to be out on the field tonight.
Growing up and playing your high school baseball, Little League baseball on Long Island, and kind of getting your start in professional baseball that way, what was the baseball scene like on Long Island, and how beneficial of a place was it to play and learn the game of baseball?
I would say playing here probably helped me immensely, just because, from the Northeast you really learn how to grind. You have to play in weather situations and, just morning games and traveling to warmer weather. So I think it really made me a grinder.
When you come into a team like this that had such a great first half, and coming in the same day that a guy like Lou Ford, who was the league player of the year last year and was having that type of season again this year, does it put any added pressure on yourself to almost kind of fill his shoes?
No, I know what I can do, and I'm really confident in high ability. So I just show up to the park every day like it's a brand new year. Whatever you could do to help the team win that day is first and foremost. When you came in on Saturday in Somerset, what were some of the first few things that Kevin Baez said to you to kind of welcome you to the team? He just said that, these are a great group of guys, and everybody works hard and they know what they have to do in order to prepare to win. And, I saw that the first day really quickly. The clubhouse is great. It's loose, guys have fun, but they know how to work, and it's really refreshing. And you're quickly immersed into this Ducks-Patriots kind of rivalry that's developed over the last couple of years, playing them three games last weekend. You get to play them 3 more times now. How crucial are these games facing such an important member of the division? Oh, they're huge. I think every game from here on out, if we could squeak a win across, it'd be great. But especially to beat these guys would mean a lot. All right, Steve, well, welcome to the Ducks, and congratulations on your first home run yesterday. All right, thanks, man. That is Steve McCail, an outfielder for the Long Island Ducks, in the starting lineup tonight in left field, and a Wantagh native who is now a member of this Ducks team after Lou Ford and several others departed for outside organizations and David Weiss. Steve McCail, just a guy you love to hear it, a guy who's so excited to be here, and you could clearly tell he is not more excited to play for any organization than his hometown team here with the Ducks.
Highlight of his baseball career, from Little League all the way through his professional years, and this his first home game, and what a thrill to hit a home run in his first game as a Duck, and now a chance to play in front of his hometown fans.
Absolutely right, and it should be fun to get to see him play in front of his own family and friends here at Bethpage Ballpark. It should be a good atmosphere for tonight's game, with the first of 3 between these two teams, and right now they're neck and neck in the second half. For Somerset, who clinched the first half Liberty Division title, the games don't mean as much in terms of winning and trying to get a playoff spot, but for the Ducks, these are very important games. Right now they're 4-3, 2 games out of first place behind the Bluefish, who have jumped out to a surprising 6-1 start here in the second half. So this, again, every time that these two teams face, very important in terms of division standings, but for the Ducks, who are trying to win the half and get a postseason berth, extremely important.
Absolutely. The Ducks and the Patriots, you combine their records, they are, so far this season, first and second half combined, 104 and 51. The Ducks and Somerset Patriots have made mincemeat of the Atlantic League, and if it continues, the Ducks may find it difficult to get a playoff berth if there isn't a repeat winner. They need the repeat to get in as a wild card or to win the second half outright. But we can explain that as we go. Most importantly, the Ducks and Patriots, as you said, Michael, always a playoff atmosphere.
For sure. Well, we'll take one more break. When we come back, we'll have a look at the pitching matchup for tonight's game, the starting lineups, and then first pitch from Bethpage Ballpark as the Ducks and the Patriots open this 3-game series.
Hey fans, this is Bud Harrelson, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather. 103.9 LI News Radio.
North Shore LIJ Southside Hospital in Bayshore is the healthcare heart of our community. We provide outstanding healthcare right here at home with centers of excellence in cardiology, orthopedics, neurosciences, women's health services, and much more. Experience counts, and North Shore LIJ Southside Hospital has been around for nearly a century of care. For more information, please call 631-968-3000 or visit us on the web at www.nslij.com.
Few places on Earth offer the charm and excitement of Fire Island. At Fire Island Ferries, located conveniently at 99 Maple Avenue in Bay Shore, they offer convenient travel to Fire Island 7 days a week. Fire Island is quickly becoming a top destination for families of all ages. Experience the informal, carefree communities, the dazzling night scene, enjoy fine dining, or climb to the top of one of the tallest lighthouses in the United States. But there's only one way to get there, by calling Fire Island Ferries at 631-665-3600 today. For fare and scheduling information, please visit fireislandferries.com.
Back here at Bethpage Ballpark as the Long Island Ducks take the field in front of the crowd, which continues to file in on this Friday evening. Great evening for baseball, and the weather looks fantastic, and tonight's game should be a good one as the Ducks and the Patriots play the first of three. Pitching matchup for tonight, it'll feature right-hander Billy Buckner, a former big leaguer who earned the win his last time out with arguably his best start in a Ducks uniform. 6 innings of 2-hit, 1-run baseball on Sunday in Somerset in a 7-2 win over the Patriots. Walked just 3, struck out 8. On the other side, it'll be right-hander Randy Boone, also a former big leaguer, who took the loss in that outing, giving up 3 runs on 9 hits in 6 innings while striking out 2. We'll pause now for tonight's national anthem, performed by Michelle Savory.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
What a beautiful rendition of the Star-Spangled Banner. National anthem performed by Michelle Savory here. Big crowd on hand on a Friday night. Perfect for baseball. Ducks, Somerset Patriots, as Michael Pollack brings us tonight's starting lineup.
Thank you very much, David Weiss. Well, for the Ducks tonight, who enter at 4-3 here in the second half of the season, 2 games in back of the Bluefish in the Liberty Division standings, 50-27 overall. Their lineup will look like this. It will be Brian Sabatello leading things off in right field. Delta Cleary Jr. bats in the number 2 hole and is the center fielder. And Cody Puckett at third base will hit third. Randy Ruiz is the cleanup hitter. He will serve as the DH. John Griffin at first base, batting 5th. Mike Blank doing the catching tonight. He will hit in the number 6 spot. Steve McCail, who was our guest here on the pregame show, will bat 7th. He is the left fielder for this evening's contest. Blake Davis is the second baseman. He will hit 8th. And rounding out the order for the Ducks is their shortstop and 9-hitter, and that is Dan Lyons. And again, they will all face Somerset Patriots right-hander Randy Boone, who enters at 4-2 with a 2.77 earned run average. On the other side for the Somerset Patriots, managed by Brett Jody, they are 4-4 here in the second half, 2.5 games in back of the Bluefish in the Liberty Division standings, 54-24 on the season. Vinny Zerillo will lead things off. He is the center fielder for the Patriots. Aaron Eggleston bats second and plays left field. And the number 3 hitter is the first baseman, David Vidal. Batting in the cleanup spot is the right fielder, Michael Burgess. Greg Hopkins will play third base and bat 5th. Matt Gemmel, the former big leaguer, is the DH and 6th hitter. Nate Spears is at second base. He will bat 7th, hitting 8th, and playing shortstop is another former big leaguer in Robert Andino. And rounding out the order is the catcher, and that is James Skelton. They will all be facing right-hander Billy Buckner, who is 6-1 with a 5.10 ERA in his last 9 starts. in 9 starts total this season with the Ducks, but has struck out 41 batters in 42 and a third innings, including a season-high 8. His most recent outing, July 12th at Somerset, that was a week ago Sunday.
Billy Buckner among the league leaders in wins with 6. That ERA over 5, as Michael Pollack has alluded to, deceiving. He's coming off a wonderful effort against the Somerset Patriots in which he outdueled his pitching opponent here tonight, Randy Boone, back on July 12th in Somerset. So we're ready for baseball here at around 6:39 in the evening, and the first pitch on the way from Billy Buckner inside for ball 1-0.
Transportation Services start time of the ball game is 6:38.
6:38 the start time. Temperature, I'd say it's 70 degrees on the nose. And the 1-0 pitch, skied left field. Steve McCail's coming in, but going back out is shortstop Dan Lyons makes the catch.
Transportation Services temperature of tonight's ball game, a very lovely 75 degrees.
Wow, I guess 70. It's actually 75 without that humidity. The 75 feels just dandy.
75 degrees with no humidity. I would sign up for that, David. 365 days a year.
Absolutely. Aaron Eggleston is the second batter to face Billy Buckner. Leadoff man Vinny Zarello popping out to Dan Lyons at short. So 1 down, nobody on, just underway. Ducks Somerset Patriots here on the 17th of July. First pitch is high and away, 1-0 to Eggleston on the season. He's at .317, within the top 10 in hitting in the Atlantic League as he takes a big cut, fouls it upstairs to the club seats above us. 1 homer, has driven in 22, has scored 40 runs. Eggleston, a perfect number 2 man, makes contact, has some speed, 4 steals on the season as well. Batting for the left side against the right-hander, Billy Buckner. 1-1 pitch on the way to Eggleston is hit in the air, out of play, left side. Now 1 ball and 2 strikes to Aaron Eggleston. David Vidal, the first baseman, waiting on deck.
Now, the hope for Buckner is that he figured out something his last start that's going to improve his numbers this season. His 3 starts before that gave up 4 runs, 5 runs, and 4 runs. Last time, though, only 1.
1-2 pitch on the way, a big curveball, and that is caught by catcher Mike Blank. Kind of a feeble swing from Eggleston, who was really fooled, and he goes down on strikes. First strikeout for Billy Buckner, swinging 2 down.
When Buckner is at his best, he is getting lots of swings and misses. 8 strikeouts his last time out, only 2 hits allowed. That is the big key for him, is being able to get his pitches located well enough and keeping the ball down in the zone so that he can get a lot of those swings and misses. When he does miss, the ball usually up in the zone. He gives up a lot of hits. He's given up 51 in 42 in the third inning. So it's all about reversing that trend, giving up less hits and getting more strikeouts.
First baseman David Vidal at the plate. He takes outside, 1-0. Vidal on the season at .280. Couple of homers, has driven in 28. Righty-righty matchup here. Buckner wastes no time. The 1-0 pitch on the way. A curveball lands outside. 2 balls and no strikes to David Vidal. 2 outs, nobody on. Top of the first. Ducks, Somerset Patriots. Slightly open stance at the plate for Vidal. Next pitch is swung into the ground. Big chopper taken in foul territory by third baseman Cody Puckett. So count now 2-1 to Vidal.
And Buckner again 6-1 record on the season despite that 5.10 ERA. The big reason for that, in all but one of his starts, he has gotten at least 6 runs of support. That is an incredible amount of run support, and any pitcher would love that.
2-1 pitch on the way to Vidal is swung on, number foul against the fence that guards the Somerset dugout. And the count now even at 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 down here in the top of the first. And nobody on. Run support is what it's all about. We've seen that in reverse, let's say, with the Mets this year and all that great pitching. Lack of offensive support. But when a pitcher can get lots of support offensively, it makes that hurler much more comfortable on the mound. And what a luxury. It's 3-2 now. Next pitch up and in to Vidal. So the payoff pitch now on the way from Buckner to David Vidal. And a swing and a miss. Good off-speed pitch from Billy Buckner. Vidal was fooled, goes down swinging. 3 up and 3 down, 2 strikeouts in the inning for Billy Buckner. Off to a good start. We have finished a half inning here.
Right now I'm looking, Manolo Alejandro is having a conversation with the umpires here. The Ducks have come off the field. David Vidal immediately said that the ball hit the ground, and Brett Jody, the manager of the Patriots, said that came out and argued the same thing, that the ball hit the ground. It wasn't caught cleanly by Mike Blank. The entire Ducks team has gone into the dugout right now, and the Ducks are running their in-between inning promotions, but the umpires are now having a discussion here to determine whether or not the ball was caught, and the home plate umpire, Manolo Alejandro, does finally say that it was strike 3.
Good catch by you, Michael Pollock. We were about to head to a break as well. Everybody had thought the inning is over, no problem, but as you mentioned, there was a debate as to whether or not the ball hit the ground, and not catching it cleanly would have meant that he would have had to throw to first base. So that debate is now over. Situation rectified. And as we were saying, 3 up and 3 down for Somerset. We go to the bottom of the first here at Bethpage Ballpark. The score, Patriots nothing, Ducks coming up.
Hey fans, this is closing pitcher Ryan Cushball, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic and weather, 103.9 LI News Radio.
Beautify your patio, walkway, driveway, or pool surround with Nicoloc paving stones and walls. Nicoloc's specially formulated paver shield offers extra surface wear protection and color enhancement throughout the thickness of the paver. Paver shield guarantees that your pavers will look great for years to come. Bring home the elegance with Nicoloc. Visit the Nicoloc Design Center, Sunrise Highway, Lindenhurst, or Nicoloc.com.
Let Nicoloc pavers pave your way.
Enjoy the ultimate VIP fan experience at Bethpage Ballpark this season by taking in a Ducks game from the brand new Trout Town Fan Can. Presented by Roscoe Beer Company, the Fan Can is available for rental at all Ducks home games. It features 12 Dream Seat theater-style padded seats, beverage holders, an air-conditioned atmosphere, and an incredible view of the game. Packages are now available with food and beverage included. To reserve your Fan Can outing today, call the Ducks Group Sales Department at 631-940-3825. The Trout Town Fan Can at Bethpage Ballpark. Your VIP experience has arrived. The Ducks and Municipal Credit Union have teamed up again this season to present the Walks with a Purpose promotion. Every time a Long Island Ducks player walks, Municipal Credit Union will make a donation to the Quackerjack Foundation. Municipal Credit Union serving members since 1916.
So here we are, bottom of the first inning. Long Island Ducks, Somerset Patriots, 3 up and 3 down for the Patriots. Nice start by Billy Buckner. And if you're old enough, you say, Billy Buckner, wait a minute, that name is familiar. Yes, we'll get into it, but the former Chicago Cub, LA Dodger, and most notably Boston Red Sox first baseman Billy Buckner, the one whose ground ball off the bat of Mookie Wilson will live forever in Red Sox and Mets history. That is not the same Billy Buckner on the mound for the Ducks tonight, suffice to say. Randy Boone on the mound, his first pitch right down Carlton Avenue, splitting the plate in half for a strike against native Long Islander Brian Sabatella, the right fielder, and leading off for the Ducks here this evening. Sabatella on the season at .294 as he takes one down low, count even at 1-1. The .294 average goes along with one homer. He has knocked in 33, and he is 10th in hitting in the Atlantic League this season. Righty-righty matchup, 1-1 pitch on the way, and that is looped and caught on a little jump by Greg Hopkins at third base. The throw over, nailed. I guess that was a ground ball chopper. I thought it was a little looper. And Sabatella, with his speed, looked like he beat it out at first base, but called out, one down.
Well, now both sides have had the umpires upset with both sides in tonight's ball game, as at the end of the top of the first inning, the Patriots were arguing on a strike 3 called, and on that ground ball, it would take a perfect play to get Sabatella at first with his speed, and from the naked eye, it looked as though he was safe, but again, very hard to tell from our vantage point here so far away. We'll try and see if we can take a look at the replay at all here, but it was definitely a very tough play for Hopkins, who is a terrific defensive third baseman. He's made several great plays this year against the Ducks, especially here in this ballpark, and it was going to take a perfect field of that high chopper and throw to get him out, and according to Frank LeParrick, the first base umpire, he was out.
Delta Cleary Jr. at the plate, batting from the left side against the righty Randy Boone. He takes on the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. Of course, that one fooled me from the get-go. I thought it was a little looping fly ball, a little pop-up, but it bounced off the plate. And then it became the throw at first. And there's a nice nab. The pitcher, Randy Boone, on a hot shot back to the mound. King Henrik Lundqvist style, made the glove save, flips it underhand to first baseman David Vidal very quickly, 2 down.
A nice play there by Boone. Had to field that one on a quick hard hop, and as a pitcher you don't have much reaction time there. But you got to make it quickly, and he was able to make that quick stab and make the throw to first for the out. Trying to look at this replay here from the Sabatella at bat, and it was close, but from the eye, it looks as though Sabatella might have been safe.
Cody Puckett at the plate, and Puckett takes inside for a ball. 1-0. Cody on the season at .269. 6 homers, has knocked in 30, has scored 43. Batting third in the order as he lifts one in the air, right field playable. Michael Burgess, few steps to his right, makes the grab. And a very quick bottom of the first inning for the Long Island Ducks. 3 up and 3 down, nothing across. We go to the top of the second at Bethpage Ballpark. The score, the Patriots nothing, the Ducks nothing.
Hey fans, this is right-handed pitcher John Brownell, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's Home for News, Traffic and Weather, 1039 LI News Radio.
Thinking about buying or refinancing a home? Start by attending a free MCU home buying seminar. Then speak with one of our loan specialists who will guide you through the loan process. With an affordable mortgage from Municipal Credit Union, Home Sweet Home will be a little sweeter. Call 212-238-3521 or visit nymcu.org to apply for your mortgage today. Municipal Credit Union. Strong, trusted, growing. Municipal Credit Union is an equal housing opportunity lender.
M&V Limousines is the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks. Family owned and operated, they've been in the business for over 23 years. M&V Limousines offers coach buses with Wi-Fi and restrooms, party buses, exotic limousines, and so much more. Whether you're looking for transportation for weddings, proms, corporate outings, or long-distance trips, they've got the right vehicle for you. Visit their showroom in Comac or check them out online at mvlimo.com. M&V Limousines, the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks.
Well, we go to the second inning of a scoreless game here at Bethpage Ballpark. Time for the Ducks Health Report, which is brought to you by Island Shore Physical Therapy, the official therapist of the Long Island Ducks. Currently, the Ducks have a couple players who are out on the disabled list. They have Jose Morales, their catcher, who is dealing with a hamstring injury, and Eric Komatsu, who is dealing with an elbow injury. A couple of players are out on the inactive, or one player out on the inactive list. That is Sergio Perez, who is dealing with an oblique strain. Had a scare last night in Lancaster when Patrick Kreider got hit by a comebacker late in the ball game that hit his arm. Kevin Baez said he's not available tonight, but should be okay. No big concern there.
Michael Burgess leading off for the Somerset Patriots against Billy Buckner, the starting right-hander for the Long Island Ducks. Burgess climbs in the right field. It'll be Burgess, Hopkins, and Matt Gamble, the DH for Somerset here in the top of the second in a scoreless game. First pitch swinging, Burgess hits it in the air, playable infield. Shortstop Dan Lyons waiting for it to come down. It finally does, one down.
So a good start again for Billy Buckner, who in that first inning retired the side in order, had 2 strikeouts, getting quick outs here. The key for him also is keeping that pitch count down. He wants to try and get out of the inning, get through an inning quickly, and therefore would be able to keep him later in the game. He's only gone 6 innings. That's his longest outing so far this year.
And of course, with Billy Buckner, control is a key. If he's on, Somerset knows they might as well swing right away in the count because everything's going to be around the plate. And his first pitch is in there for a strike against Greg Hopkins. He's at 262, 7 homers, 28 RBIs. Takes up high with a fastball. 1 ball and 1 strike to Hopkins. Somerset with a record of 4-4 in the second half. Ducks winning 4 out of 7 in their second half opening road trip. 1-1 pitch. It's a hard slider, low and away. 2 balls and a strike to Hopkins.
And so Buckner, who has come off of his best outing of the season. Last time he had allowed just 1 run in a start was June 14th.
He looks to be on here tonight, at least so far. Next pitch downstairs. Now 3 balls and a strike. Buckner struck out 2 of the first 3 men he faced in the top of the first inning. Got Michael Burgess to pop out to short. Here to lead off the second. Now he's behind on the count to Hopkins, 3-1, who swings, and there's a ground ball to short. Dan Lyons very quickly up and throws 2 down.
Well, we were saying a little bit earlier, but the key for this Ducks team right now, when they've lost so many key pieces, 2 key arms in the rotation, 2 key bats in the lineup right now, is having the other guys that are filling in their spots step up, and the guys who had been on the roster throughout the course of the season step up as well. Dan Lyons has had an all-star season, Cody Puckett the same, but this is a big time to shine for second baseman Blake Davis, who came into this season as the starting second baseman for the Ducks, went down with a groin injury early. Reggie Corona took over and had a fantastic season for Long Island.
And that's true. The guys who have now been inserted need to step up, but that is part of what President and General Manager Michael Pfaff and the Ducks Brain Trust have done. They've put together a very deep team, knowing full well that success breeds transition in this league, and especially for the Ducks this season. 1-1 the count to Matt Gamble. On the season, he's at 157. 4 homers, 20 RBIs. So he has power despite the paltry average. Batting from the left side, deep in the box against the righty, Buckner. 1-1 pitch, just missing inside. 2 balls and a strike with 2 down, nobody on. Buckner, for the Ducks, has retired the first 5 men he has faced. Kicks and deals the 2-1 on the way, and that has the plate, but apparently downstairs. 3 balls and a strike. So once again, he falls behind, as he did with Greg Hopkins. But Buckner has yet to walk a man. Nothing across so far. Neither team has a hit or a base runner. 3-1 pitch on the way is slammed. Deep right field. Going back is Brian Sabatella. He is looking up at the wall, and that one sails over the wall. That one could make it all the way to the road hole, the 17th of St. Andrews. Break out a bagpipe in the plate for the Haggis. Somerset leads 1-0. What a shot.
Yeah, well, that was one of those pitches that we had talked about earlier in the broadcast that Buckner has to avoid, those fastballs up in the zone, and that one seemed like it hung right near the middle of the plate. And Matt Gamble, a guy who's a former big leaguer, even though he is struggling this year, he's not going to miss many pitches like that, and he hit it well over both walls in right field for home run number 5 on the season.
Nate Spears at the plate, the second baseman for the Patriots. It takes a strike. Off-speed pitch, 0-1. Michael Urida cleared both walls, the Astoria Bank wall, the first one, and the Go Ducks wall, the larger one behind it, sailing past the American flag, which, by the way, is whipping toward left field. So Matt Gamble got all of that one with no help from a breeze that is blowing the opposite way. 1-1 pitch on the way, a couple of bounces to second baseman Blake Davis. Cross to John Griffin at first, and the side is retired. However, in the inning, damage done. A long home run to right off the bat of Matt Gamble, the DH. Patriots strike first with 1 run, nobody left at the end of an inning and a half here at Bethpage Ballpark. Score now, the Patriots 1, the Ducks 0.
Hey fans, this is shortstop Dan Lyons, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather. 1039 LI News Radio.
The results are in. Thousands of PSEG Long Island customers participated in our energy efficiency programs, saving nearly $35 million. Being energy efficient helps our environment, too. Together, we've eliminated 21,000 cars worth of emissions in 2014. Thank you, Long Island. We're all making a difference. Discover how we're improving every day to bring you better service at www.liny.com/efficiency.
Have your birthday at the ballpark this season and celebrate with the flock. Kona Ice birthday party packages with the Long Island Ducks are now available. Each package includes 10 box seats, a commemorative birthday t-shirt and autographed baseball, a pizza and Kona Ice party in the Hebrew National Picnic area, and so much more. Best of all, the birthday child will stand on the dugout while the entire crowd sings happy birthday. Reserve your party today by calling the group sales department at 631-940-3825. Kona Ice birthday parties with the Long Island Ducks, a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Well, 1-0 Patriots lead the Ducks as we go to the bottom half of the second inning at Bethpage Ballpark. No better time than now to sign up the young Ducks fan in your life for the Bethpage Federal Credit Union Ducks Kids Club. Children 14 and under will receive exciting gifts, discounts on merchandise, and unique experiences that only come with being a member. Sign up today by visiting liducks.com or by calling 631-940-3825.
It'll be Randy Ruiz, John Griffin, and Mike Blank to face Randy Boone, the right-hander for the Somerset Patriots. Ruiz, one of the elder statesmen of the Long Island Ducks, age 37, providing lots of leadership. And boy, has that bat been hot all season long as Ruiz takes outside. 1 ball and no strikes. If Ruiz had played more games, he'd be eligible to be in the top 10 in hitting. He'd be right at the top or close to it at 361, playing its 32nd game of the season. Takes inside, fastball, now 2 balls and no strikes.
And comes into tonight with a 16-game hitting streak. That is one shy of the longest in the league this year by Somerset's Chris Marrero.
4 homers, 27 RBI, 17 runs scored. A big home run, hack and a miss. 2 balls and a strike to Randy Ruiz. He's also shown power to all fields as he swings and on cue hits it to deep right field, but in the ballpark. Michael Burgess going back short of the warning track and makes the grab for the first out.
Well, with Lou Ford down in Mexico with Tijuana for the time being, it's going to be important for Ruiz to step up, and he has to this point since Lou Ford left last Saturday. And the key for Ruiz, aside from being a player coach like Ford was, is the fact that he's a veteran presence in that lineup. As you mentioned, David, he's a former big leaguer, but he's also the big key power threat in the lineup. When you lose Lou Ford, you lose a guy who had 8 home runs, who was leading the league in RBI, leading the league in batting, so Ruiz has to become that constant threat.
And the Long Island Duck, who is leading the team in homers, the only Duck double-digit in home runs, is at the plate now, and that's John Griffin. Count is 0-1 to John. He's at .239, 10 homers, has knocked in 49, scored 25 runs as well. And he takes a big cut, and that is a home run all the way out. Never even moving was Aaron Eggleston. That one could reach Montauk, where Quint is still searching for a great white. Show me the way to home plate. John Griffin just hit a home run. He stepped up and smacked it a moment ago, and the fans are having some fun. We're tied at 1. John Griffin, home run number 11.
Have you thought about going on American Idol, David? That was pretty good.
The only time I sing is during a home run call. Little Jaws for you. As John Griffin put his teeth into that. And again, left fielder Eggleston never moved. What a moonshot over the left field wall. So Griffin ties it up at the plate. Mike Blank, and he fouls it to the right side, and first baseman David Vidal makes the catch for the second out. So we're playing a little long ball early here at Bethpage Ballpark, and that one did have a bit of an assist from the wind, which is blowing toward left.
When he hit it, it was a matter of whether or not it was going to stay fair or foul, and it just did stay to the right of that foul pole. At the 47th home run for the Ducks this season. If they end up hitting 100 home runs, they will have met the Chappie's Home Run Challenge, and Chappie's Funeral Homes will donate $5,000 to the Quacker Jack Foundation. And I was just about to say during that at-bat, too, he's another guy who's really got to step up. He is a big power threat. He's second in the league in RBIs. He's got to start raising that average up, and that'll do it. That'll help do it with the home run.
Here he is, Wantagh native, playing in his first home game as a Long Island Duck. Steve McCail, in his first game as a Duck, hit a home run in Lancaster in an 8-1 loss just last night. 0-1 to count to McCail. He's got a lot of family and friends here tonight. Takes up high, 1 ball and 1 strike. So Steve McCail featured in our pregame show, talking about just how absolutely thrilled he is to be a Long Island Duck. And there's a ground ball left side, foul. Now 1 ball and 2 strikes to Steve.
He's definitely got a lot of power. Had back-to-back seasons earlier in his career of 20 home runs. Lately hasn't shown as much power in his career, but still can hit the long ball. And Kevin Baez said yesterday that he really did hit a bomb there in Lancaster. Wasn't there to see it, but he really did hit a blast there, and that is a good sign. And Kevin just said the more he sees some live pitching and gets adjusted to it here in this league, he thinks the better he'll be.
And there's a little chop at his short, taken on the big hop by Rabadandino, and just nips McCail at first base for the final out here in inning number 2. However, for the Long Island Ducks, they go long ball. A home run of their own, John Griffin's 11th of the season, to left field. And there's nobody left, so a couple of solo homers, 2 innings complete, and we are tied. The Patriots won, the Ducks won.
Hey fans, this is first baseman John Griffin, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather. 1039 LI News Radio.
James Simmons is going back. He is looking up, and on Park in the Park Night, that one is gone and reaches which is a kennel in Central Islip.
That was another home run for the Ducks. And Duck fans, what's more fun than a home run that helps the Ducks win a game? How about a homer that helps the community win? Chappie's Funeral Home and the Long Island Ducks have once again teamed up for the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. If the Ducks hit 100 homers this season, Chappie's Funeral Home will donate $5,000 to the Quackerjack Foundation. So every time a Ducks hitter goes deep this season, watch for the Chappie's Challenge home run count on the scoreboard. And if we reach 100, we're all a winner. Chappie's Funeral Home, where caring for others is a family tradition.
Can't get enough of the Long Island Ducks? Well, now you can get even more inside info on your favorite hometown team through Facebook and Twitter. The Ducks are constantly updating fans through social media with scores, transactions, ballpark promotions, and much more. You can even win great prizes. All you'll need to do is make a free account on Facebook and Twitter, and then visit us at facebook.com/LIDucks and twitter.com/LIDucks. Think you're Long Island's biggest Ducks fan? Get connected now.
Ducks fans, discover the difference at Huntington Honda and find Long Island's all-star lineup of over 1,200 new Hondas. Huntington Honda steps up to the plate to treat every customer with no pressure, respect, and Grand Slam service after the sale. Discover the difference in a winning buying experience at HuntingtonHondaCars.com.
First pitch outside to Robert Andino from Billy Buckner. We're tied at 1, top of the third inning. Ducks and Somerset Patriots. Andino on the season at .239, 3 homers, 29 RBIs. Big swing and a miss. 1 ball and 1 strike to Andino. James Skelton, the catcher, number 9 hitter, waiting on deck. Then back to the top of the order, and Vinny Zerillo against Buckner, who so far has given up only 1 hit. That home run back in the second inning to Matt Gamble over everything to right field. 2 balls and a strike to Robert Andino, the shortstop of the Somerset Patriots. Righty-righty matchup here. 2-1 pitch, off-speed pitch. Boy, it looked good, just a little low or outside or both. It's 3 balls and a strike to Robert Andino.
And the one concern you have here in the early going is that Buckner is getting into a lot of deep counts, a lot of 3-1 counts, falling behind a few too many hitters.
Next pitch on the way is a swing, a foul tip, right back into the mitts of Mike Blank. It is 3 balls and 2 strikes, count full. Kicking and dealing is Billy Buckner, and it's a foul ball left side. Down the left field line, it's still full at 3 balls and 2 strikes.
And Dino's a guy who has struggled a little bit at the plate this year, but a guy who has a ton of experience, and he's bringing that experience to the Patriots clubhouse and providing a nice piece to Somerset's puzzle.
Again, the payoff pitch. Again, it's foul down the left side. It's 3-2, and Dino was 0 for 2 with a run scored last night in Somerset's 3-2 loss to the Camden River Sharks. So Somerset hitting the road as the Ducks come home after a 7-game road trip that opened up the second half of the 2015 campaign. Ducks 4-3 on the road to start the second half after winning 6 out of 7 in their final homestand in the first half. So the Ducks have won 10 of their last 14 overall as you wrap one half around with the other. And the next pitch to Andino is low and away, so first walk surrendered by Billy Buckner, leading off the third, a man on with nobody out.
Well, the big key, as we talked about for Buckner, is avoiding those walks, and when you're falling behind hitters by 3-1 counts, quite often that's going to really hurt you. And in his last 4 starts, he's walked 3 or more batters in 3 of them. So that's going to be the key, is trying to find out how he can keep the ball in the strike zone. Patriots are not that strong of a hitting team, so the key for them is to try and get Buckner to miss out of the zone, stay patient at the plate. The key for Buckner is simply to just throw strikes.
Buckner's pitch to James Skelton, the number 9 man, catcher for the Somerset Patriots, missing. 1 ball and no strikes. Buckner will try to keep Andino as close as possible. He has some speed. 3 for 3 in the larceny department, being held on by John Griffin at first base. Skelton batting from the left side against the righty Buckner. Coming set. Now pitching. There's a ground ball through the whole left side. Going station to station is Andino. He'll stop at second base. Steve McCail in left field up with the ball quickly. So Skelton with a ground ball base hit between third and short. 2 left. And there are 2 on with nobody out. Somerset has something cooking here in the third.
Well, the bottom of the Patriots order is a very pesky bottom of the order. Andino works out a good at bat, able to draw the walk. And now James Skelton with a good piece of hitting there, driving a ball through the hole between third and short the opposite way. So now 2 on, nobody out. You got the leadoff hitter, Vinny Zerillo. Wouldn't be surprised if he tries to lay down a sacrifice here to get the runners over into second and third.
Yeah, we'll see how skipper Brett Jody wants to play it here, but knowing this is a pitching matchup on paper, it is going to be a bunt attempt, but yanking the bat away is Zerillo, and a fastball sails outside. 1-0. Zerillo popped a short to Dan Lyons, his first time up, leading off the game. 1 ball and no strikes to Zerillo. As Andino takes his lead off second base, Skelton off first. There is nobody out. Ducks looking to turn 2 here. We'll see if Zerillo's trying to bunt again. We assume he will. He tries, and he does. He bunts it toward third base. It is taken on a couple of hops by Cody Puckett. The throw across to first baseman John Griffin is in time, but it's actually safe at first base.
Yeah, he never ended up making the throw. Zerillo's just got that good of speed, and even with Puckett charging, goes to make the play, but he realized he had no chance to get Zerillo, who was flying down that first base line.
So that goes as a bunt base hit.
Number 91.
So that's 2 consecutive base hits that followed a walk. The bases are loaded with nobody out here in the top of the third for Somerset. So a great bunt laid down by Vinny Zerillo. Cody Puckett feigned the throw to first base, had me fooled. Thought he was just called safe. Eggleston at the plate, and he takes a curveball inside corner for a strike. 0-1. Aaron Eggleston struck out his first time up. And Billy Buckner trying to bear down here in the top of the third, trying to limit any damage, although no damage yet. However, the bases are filled and nobody out. 0-1 pitch on the way. Outside corner for a strike. 0-2. So Buckner out in front of Eggleston.
He's got to try and work some magic here to get out of this jam. Good speed on the bases for the Patriots and their best hitter right now at the plate.
Eggleston at the plate, came into the game at 317, and he rips one toward the right center field gap, racing over, making the catch on the run to Delta Cleary Jr. Throws it in quickly, but a sacrifice fly, RBI for Aaron Eggleston. Coming in to score is Robert Andino, and the Somerset Patriots take a 2-1 lead on the sac fly to center.
Well, for a ball that was hit that hard, if you're Billy Buckner, you'd take that, because the ball off the bat looked like it was ticketed for the right center field gap, but it had some backspin to it heading towards center field, and it was able to slice enough to the left to where Delta Cleary Jr., who does have good speed, able to get there and make the catch. So you'll trade a hard-hit baseball like that for the out and give up the run. And now the key is trying to get David Vidal to hit a ball on the ground in turn 2 to get out of the inning.
Yeah, another key there was Delta Cleary Jr. getting that ball in quickly and preventing anybody else from advancing. So at the moment, James Skelton still at second base. Vinny Zerillo at first. David Vidal is at the plate, takes a strike, 0-1. Vidal was a strikeout victim of Billy Buckner back in the first inning, an inning in which he struck out 2 of the 3 men he faced. 0-1 pitch on the way, inside. 1 ball and 1 strike to Vidal. So a sacrifice fly from Aaron Eggleston, who drives in his 23rd run of the year, and Somerset now has a 2-1 lead. A walk, couple of singles, including a bunt single, and the sacrifice fly. So there's 1 out, 2 on. 1-1 pitch to Vidal, and that just missing. And I tell you, Billy Buckner not happy at all with that ball call from home plate umpire Manolo Alejandro, as he turned around very quickly in disgust.
It's been surprising for Buckner this year. He's made 3 starts here at home, and he's 3-0, but he has a 7.8 ERA. On the road, he's 3-1 in 6 starts, but his ERA 3.62. He's been pitching much better away from home this year.
2-1 pitch, pulling the string, off-speed pitch, and a swing and a miss from Vidal. Good pitch from Buckner. Vidal just way out in front and fooled. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The count with 1 down, 2 on. Buckner would like one of 2 things here. Either one would do. A strikeout, or even more than that, a double play. As the Ducks are in double play depth in the infield. Outfield playing Vidal slightly to pull, little around to left, although there is a big gap in right center. Righty-righty matchup here. 2-2 pitch on the way, and there's a ground ball. This could be 2. Third to second for 1. Over to first. A twin killing right around the horn. 5-4-3. Cody Puckett to Blake Davis to John Griffin, and the side is retired. The pitcher's best pal, the double play. So the damage limited to just 1 run across, and the Ducks will take that because the bases were loaded for Somerset with nobody out. 1 run, 2 hits, a walk, and there was only one man left with that double play. At the end of 2.5 here at Bethpage Ballpark, score now, Somerset 2, the Ducks 1.
Hey fans, this is outfielder Brian Sabatella, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather, 103.9 LI News Radio.
Spring into a new Honda at Huntington Honda and pay $59 a month for a new 2015 Honda Civic LX sedan. $59. So spring into Huntington Honda on Jericho Turnpike just east of Route 110 or huntingtonhondacars.com.
Huntington Honda, discover the difference.
Auto 24-month lease, total due at inception. Civic $31.90 includes bank fee, first month's payment, no security deposit. Taxes, DMV, title fees extra with excellent credit through HFS.
Baseball fans, the Long Island Ducks mobile app has officially arrived. Powered by Clear Vision Apps, it's your one-stop shop for all things Ducks baseball. Buy tickets straight from your mobile device. Receive game status updates with push notifications. Check out up-to-the-minute news and scores and interact with the Ducks on social media. Best of all, it's free. Download the Ducks mobile app today by visiting the App Store on your Apple-powered device or Google Play on your Android-powered device. The Long Island Ducks mobile app, with you wherever you flock to. To the bottom half of the third inning we go. 2-1 Patriots are back in front of the Ducks by 1, and Ducks fans, when the Somerset Patriots 8-hitter David Vidal grounded into a 5-4-3 inning-ending double play. That was the 15th out of today's ball game. Did you know that a 15-minute phone call to Geico could save you 15% or more on your car insurance? Get a free quote today. Call 1-800-947-AUTO. That's 1-800-947-AUTO, or visit geico.com.
So it'll be Blake Davis, Dan Lyons at the bottom of the order, and then Brian Sabatella right back to the top of the order against Randy Boone, the right-hander for Somerset. First pitch on the way to Blake. Inside corner for a strike, 0-1. Davis on the season at 208. No homers, has driven in 6, playing in his 35th game of the season. Batting for the left side against the righty Boone, who misses down low and away. 1-1 to Blake Davis. 2-1, Somerset leading top of the third. Couple of solo home runs supplying the first run for each team here tonight. Matt Gamble for the Somerset Patriots, John Griffin for the Long Island Ducks. And then Somerset in the top of the third, loading the bases with nobody out, but a sacrifice fly was the only way they could score just one in an inning that could have been much more damaging to the Ducks. 2-1 is the score, and the count is 1-2 to Blake Davis at the plate, who takes outside corner, call strike 3. Blake turning around, giving Manolo Alejandro, the home plate umpire, a little bit of a look as he hits back to the dugout, 1 down.
And either side seems to be happy with the umpiring call so far in the early going of this game, but Randy Boone doing a good job finding the corner there and getting the strike call. The key for the Ducks against Randy Boone this year, they've been able to get a lot of hits against him. 9 hits in 6 innings last Sunday, and then on July 4th here, they had 8 hits and 5 runs in 6 innings. The first time that Boone faced the Ducks was back on May 27th in Bridgewater, New Jersey. 5 runs on 8 hits in 5 innings. So the Ducks have been able to see the baseball well against Boone. They've been able to rack up a lot of hits and runs. So far tonight, though, just 1 run on the Griffin homer.
Dan Lyons, shortstop, and the best number 9 hitter you will ever see. At the plate now, the count 0-1, and next pitch, hard slider, missing outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Dan on the season in the top 10 in hitting, having just an outstanding 2015 campaign. He's at 307. Shown power as well. 5 homers, has knocked in 39. 1-1 pitch on the way, and that skips wide. 2 balls and a strike to Dan.
Has been named an All-Star this year. Played in the All-Star game up in Bridgeport back on July the 8th. Certainly deserving. This has been his best regular season to this point in a member of the Ducks uniform. This is his 5th year with Long Island.
2-1 pitch on the way from Boone to Lyons. Well inside. Not sure how that missed him. Dan stands well up on the plate, and he's among the league leaders in getting hit by a pitch. He's been hit 7 times this season. Count is now 3-1 to Lyons. Dan finds a way to make contact and get on. 3-1 pitch on the way. There's a ground ball left side. Big hop for third baseman Greg Hopkins. Throw across, scooped up nicely on a short hop by David Vidal, and there are 2 down.
Well, aside from the home run, every other batter that has stepped up to the plate against Boone has been retired, and he's done a good job of keeping the ball on the ground in tonight's game. He has induced 4 groundouts compared to 3 in the air, so he's done a good job of getting all sorts of outs, but the Ducks really haven't had too many good swings against him so far in this ball game. And aside from the Griffin home run ball, nothing else really has been hit all that hard.
Here's Brian Sabatella, who more often than not hits the ball hard somewhere. And he takes a fastball. You can hear the pop of that fastball into the mitt of catcher James Skelton from here. It's 0-1. Sabatella bounced to third his first time up. Sabatella crouching at the plate from the right side. 0-1 pitch, missing. Wide. It's 1-1. 2 out, nobody on. Bottom of the third. Ducks trailing the Patriots 2-1. Here on a great night for baseball at Bethpage Ballpark. 1-1 pitch on the way to Brian. And again, that's just off the plate, outside, 2-1.
We took a look at that replay. Sabatella definitely was robbed of a hit his first time up. Should have had an infield single to third base. Hopkins' throw was definitely late. It looked like his foot had touched the bag with the ball still about 5 to 10 feet or so before it had gotten to first, but he was ruled out.
Next pitch is a fastball up high. Now 3 balls and a strike to Brian Sabatella, who, among so many other things, has speed. 21 steals, has been caught stealing 6 times this season. You want to keep him off the bases if you can. Sabatella is second only to Wellington Dotel of Bridgeport in the stolen base department in the Atlantic League. 3-1 pitch on the way. There's a ground ball up the middle, but taken by second baseman Nate Spears. Throws across in time, and the side retired. Ducks go quietly, 3 up and 3 down. We have finished 3 here at Bethpage Ballpark, and the score remains Somerset 2, the Ducks 1.
Hey fan, this is Prentice Redmond, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather. 1039 LI News Radio.
Few places on earth offer the charm and excitement of Fire Island. At Fire Island Ferries, located conveniently at 99 Maple Avenue in Bay Shore, they offer convenient travel to Fire Island 7 days a week. Fire Island is quickly becoming a top destination for families of all ages. Experience the informal, carefree communities, the dazzling night scene, enjoy fine dining, or climb to the top of one of the tallest lighthouses in the United States. But there's only one way to get there, by calling Fire Island Ferries at 631-665-3600 today. For fare and scheduling information, please visit fireislandferries.com.
Hey Ducks fans, stay up to date with Long Island's hometown team by visiting Quack of the Bat, the official blog of the Long Island Ducks. Quack of the Bat will bring Ducks fans beyond the headlines with in-depth feature articles, breaking news stories, game previews, post-game wrap-ups, and so much more. Interact with the team during the entire season through quotes directly from the players and coaches, as well as exclusive video clips and photos. Check out the blog today at quackofthebat.wordpress.com. Quack of the Bat, the official blog of the Long Island Ducks.
Back at Bethpage Ballpark, David Weiss along with Michael Pollock. We go to the top of the fourth with the Ducks trailing the Somerset Patriots by a score of 2-1. It is time now for some fourth inning trivia, where we test your knowledge of the Long Island Ducks and baseball as a whole. And when the Somerset Patriots come to mind, I always try to dig up a Sparky Lyle question. Sparky Lyle, the first and until just a few seasons ago, only manager that the Somerset Patriots have ever known, replaced by Brett Jody a few seasons ago. Sparky Lyle, all-time great New York Yankee, traded from the Red Sox to the Yankees in 1972. Who was he traded for? That is the question. It was a hitter, not a pitcher. A hitter for the New York Yankees. And it was one of the most lopsided deals the Yankees have ever had. They got Sparky Lyle, who'd go on to win the Cy Young and Most Valuable Player in one of the seasons with the New York Yankees. But who was he traded for to the Boston Red Sox? Michael Pollock now taking over for the play-by-play for the next 4.
Thank you very much, David Weiss. Top of the fourth inning, 2-1 Patriots in front. First pitch from Billy Buckner to Michael Burgess was fouled off, and now the 0-1 is a breaking ball outside, even the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Somerset out hitting the Ducks 3-1 here in the early going. And Buckner did a great job last inning of limiting the damage after giving up a walk and 2 singles to load the bases with nobody out, allowed a sac fly before getting a double play to get out of trouble. 1-1 lifted foul, third base side, out of play again off the bat of Burgess. And the count goes to 1-2. He's hitting .259 on the year with 3 homers and 17 runs batted in. Power from the left side for Somerset and a former big leaguer. So he'll dig back in. The infield shifted around here to the right side. Dan Lyons, the shortstop, playing almost directly behind second. The 1-2 is a half swing on a breaking ball down and in, and the third base umpire John Grasso says he went around. Strike 3, and for Buckner, his third strike out of the game, 1 out.
We mentioned that on the way in. Billy Buckner with good control. He has shown that here. Only walking 1 thus far, but more importantly, changing speeds and keeping batters off balance. And those strikeouts can rack up. He's not overpowering with that fastball, but the difference between the fastball and the change and the curveball, the off-speed stuff, is enough so that batters can look very fooled.
First offering here to Greg Hopkins. Misses low and outside for ball 1. His curveball seems to have been his best pitch so far in the ball game tonight. He's had some good movement on it. He's gotten a lot of called strikes on that pitch, so we'll see if he keeps throwing it. The 1-0 on the way to Hopkins. That fastball catches a piece of the inside corner for strike 1. Hopkins ground out to short in his first at-bat back in the second inning. Very strong defensive player for the Patriots. Has power in the 1-1. Breaking ball on the outside corner this time. And Buckner now ahead 1-2. Infield this time slightly shifted to the left side. Puckett near the bag at third. Griffin well off the bag at first. The 1-2. Check swing again on the ball down in the dirt. Home plate umpire Manolo Alejandro calls strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts for Buckner to start the 4th. 2 down.
What does that tell you? 2 strikeouts, 2 swings that were attempted to be checked, but they went around too far. That means that Buckner is on his game and batters just don't know what to do.
Well, he's got that breaking ball working for him. When he's able to mix up that fastball and the breaking ball, that's when he's most successful. But the key has been the last 2 batters, that curveball down in the zone. He's kept it down. He's gotten the swings and misses. He cannot leave balls up in the zone. That's when he gets hit hard, like he did the first time he faced the man at the plate now, Matt Gamble. First pitch here is a fastball that misses up above his letters. And they count 1-0. Gamble a solo homer to right back in the second inning for his 5th home run of the season. Put the Patriots on top. 1-0. Ripped into right field. That is going to be a base hit towards the line. Sabatella over to field and fire it back in. And a good start to Matt Gamble's night as he is now 2 for 2.
Hit the ball very hard twice. I mean, he just crushed that home run back in the second inning that cleared both walls. After watching the home run derby before the All-Star game in Cincinnati, I was trying to measure Gamble's first home run. I was looking for that little pop-up number that we saw in the home run derby.
Buckner had much better success against Gamble on Sunday. Struck him out 3 times in that game when he struck out 8 batters total. But tonight Gamble has had Buckner's numbers so far. First pitch here to Nate Spears, misses outside. And the count of 1-0 on Spears, the 7-hitter and second baseman who bounced to second back in inning number 2. 1-0 pitch upcoming. Kicks and fires. That fastball misses down below the knees. Spears ahead now, 2 balls and no strikes. Spears 2 for 3 his last time out, 6 for 13 in the series against the Camden River Sharks earlier this week at TD Bank Ballpark. Runner leads at first with 2 down. The 2-0 ripped down the right field line but foul. 1 hop into the seats and then caroms back onto the field. Count now 2-1 on Spears, who, if he reaches, will bring Robert Andino to the plate. Lights on, the shadows continue to creep on the field from left to right. The pitching mound, home plate, and third base all in the shadows. With the right side of the infield and most of the outfield still out in the sun except for left field. The 2-1, swing and a miss, way out in front of that off-speed pitch was Nate Spears. That evens the count at 2-2, and Buckner 1 out away from getting out of trouble.
It's one thing you've seen with the change to weeknight games going to 6:35 rather than 7:05. Games do start in the sunlight. And you get the sunset and then the lights turn on.
Runner goes from first as the 2-2 is chopped foul right into the Ducks dugout on the first base side. And the opening closest to home plate, and that'll keep the count even, and it will send Matt Gamble back to first, who does not have much speed at all. No stolen bases on the year, was caught stealing once. And Brett Jody trying to put him in position with 2 strikes, put him in motion, with 2 strikes and 2 outs here in the inning. Buckner looks in for the sign from Mike Blank. Glove on his left knee. Now gets the pitch he likes, and here comes the 2-2. Gamble goes again, and the pitch swung on and grounded foul, first base line. Carom off the facing of the stands and further down. So Spears once again fights off a 2-strike pitch from Buckner. And the count remains 2-2. The score, the Patriots 2, the Ducks 1 here in the top of the 4th inning.
Yeah, Patriots just trying to get things moving on the base paths. Trying to add to a 2-1 lead. A long way to go. Even with the 2 runs given up, we can see that Buckner has some pretty good stuff tonight, so you don't know how many opportunities you'll get offensively.
Another 2-2 on the way from the right-hander. Kicks and throws over to first to chase Gamble back to the bag. Last 2 pitches he has taken off for second, so Buckner wants to keep him as close as possible. These 2 teams will play again tomorrow night at 6:35 with a post-game Pyrotechnico Fireworks Extravaganza, and then, of course, the Sunday Family Fun Day at 5:05 on Sunday. 2-2, fastball low and away. Blocked at home plate by Blank. That'll run the count full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. So with a 3-2 count and 2 outs, the runner will definitely be going on this pitch. He was not on the most recent one from Buckner. Blake Davis shaded over to the right side of the infield. 3-2 from Buckner on the way. There goes the runner, and the pitch is low, ball 4. So Billy Buckner allows the 2-out walk to Nate Spears after giving up a 2-out single to Matt Gamble. And the Patriots rallying here after the first 2 batters struck out here in this inning, and that'll give the shortstop Robert Andino an opportunity.
Billy Buckner has struck out 4 in this game, but that's his 2nd walk issued. So now a little bit of a problem here after getting the first 2 batters with checks, swings, strikes. Now he's got to work his way out of a 2-out jam with 2 on, 2 out.
65 pitches thus far for Buckner, 38 of them for strikes. The Patriots doing a good job of working up his pitch count in the early going. First offering to Andino, curveball that misses down below the knees. And count 1 ball and no strikes.
You know, Michael, the MO for Somerset has changed. Early on, they were swinging at everything, and the pitch count was low, but as you said, they've been much more patient the last couple of innings and have worked that pitch count.
And they've been able to put together some rallies the last 2. 1-0 chopped on the ground foul, third base line. Off the facing of the stands, and that'll even up the count at 1-1 on Andino, who drew a walk in an 8-pitch at bat back in the 3rd inning, and eventually came around to score the difference maker right now in the ball game on the sac fly from Aaron Eggleston. A single to right by Matt Gamble and a walk from Nate Spears. And I've given the Patriots some life here in the top of the 4th inning. Buckner comes set on the mound, looks to second, and it's 1-1. Fastball misses low and outside for ball 2.
You see what happens when you get runners on. It just slows everything down. Buckner likes to work quickly on the mound, but you get a couple of base runners on, things become much more deliberate.
So Andino ahead in the count here as Buckner kicks and delivers. Andino pops one up down the right field line. John Griffin giving chase towards the stands. On the warning track, he'll make the catch.
Wow.
Well, the Ducks might have been helped out by the wind there, which is blowing fiercely towards left field. Might have blown that ball back into the field of play. And in foul territory, John Griffin able to make the catch for the final out, and Buckner again escapes trouble. No runs, 1 hit, 1 walk, 2 left on. We go to the bottom of the 4th. It is still the Patriots 2 and the Ducks 1.
Hey fans, this is Jose Morales, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather. 1039 LI News Radio.
Hey, Ducks fans, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks is the Upsky Long Island Hotel in Hauppauge. It's centrally located on the north shore of Long Island and offers a home away from home for both business and leisure guests. The Upsky Long Island Hotel features an indoor pool, 24-hour business center, a fitness center, and complimentary Wi-Fi in all guest rooms. Enjoy the contemporary American cuisine at the Fountain Grill restaurant or grab a quick bite to eat at Cafe Pronto. Best of all, it's only minutes from Bethpage Ballpark. The Upsky Long Island Hotel, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks. Call 231-1100 today. That's 631-231-1100.
Family fun every time.
Beautiful evening for baseball.
Big action every time.
He reaches up, it's gone!
Great value every time.
And the Ducks have won it 7-1.
The Ducks schedule is loaded with new promotions this season, and with an average ticket price of just $10 and free parking, there is no better value on Long Island. For game times and tickets, visit liducks.com. Long Island Ducks Baseball. Good times every time.
We're back at Bethpage Ballpark. David Weiss, Michael Pollock go to the bottom of the fourth with the Ducks trailing the Somerset Patriots 2-1. We have some unfinished business. Time to answer the fourth inning trivia question we posed to you in the top of this frame, where we test your knowledge of the Ducks and baseball as a whole. We focused on the longtime skipper of the Somerset Patriots, all-time great New York Yankee reliever, closer Sparky Lyle from the 1970s. Sparky began his career in 1967 with the Boston Red Sox on the Major League level. Between the 71 and 72 seasons, he was traded to the New York Yankees. Who was he traded for? One of the most lopsided deals in baseball history, considering what Sparky did with the New York Yankees. Who was it, Michael?
Any chance I would even know the name?
Probably not. It was well before you were born.
So then I'm going to guess with that. I have no idea.
All right. The name is Danny Cater.
Would have never guessed that in a million years.
Danny Cater, who one year hit 300 for the Yankees, known as one of the better hitters in the American League, but did nothing with the Red Sox. Meanwhile, the New York Yankees had Sparky Lyle, who would be a Yankee from 72 through the 78 seasons. In 1977, he would save more than 30 games. He won 13, lost 5, a 2.17 ERA, and was the Cy Young Award winner in the American League for the 1977 World Champion New York Yankees.
Not that bad of a career. It was okay.
Pretty good. Sparky always, of course, one of the more entertaining of interviews, and just entertaining as part of the Bronx Zoo in the 1970s for the Yankees. He was famous for doing something to birthday cakes for his teammates, which I can't really elaborate on, but it was something.
It was something, for sure.
That's all you need to know.
Well, the count is 2-2 on Delta Cleary Jr. leading off the bottom of the fourth. A called strike, 2 balls, and a foul ball so far. And here he chops one weakly to the third base side of the infield. It will go foul, though. So that keeps the count at 2-2 on Cleary Jr., who his first time up hit a hard comebacker back to the mound in the opening inning. Ducks with just 1 hit so far in this game. That was a solo homer by John Griffin back in the second inning. 9 of the first 10 have been retired by Randy Boone, who looks strong in the early going. And the Patriots still in front by a count of 2-1. The 2-2 from Boone. And Cleary Jr. chops this one towards second. Fielded on a big hop by Nate Spears. His throw to first in time for the out. And again, Boone doing a great job of getting the Ducks to keep the ball on the ground. That's the first out in the fourth.
Want to make a correction. I just took a look at Sparky Lyle's statistics from that incredible 1977 season. Shows you how far we've come with just 1 inning saves for Major League pitchers. Sparky would pitch 2-3 innings at a time. He won 13, lost 5, had only 26 saves, but won the Cy Young because in those days, relievers came in to literally put out the fire. They were the firemen. And they would come into the 6th, 7th, 8th innings and pitch the rest of the game.
Cody Puckett here takes low for ball 1. He was one of the nastiest relievers there in the late 80s for the Yankees. And
that slider was unhittable. Down and in to right-handed.
Huge part of that championship team.
Yep. He was pitched. He was a lefty, and just he could get him out.
1-0 misses low and away again to Cody Puckett, who is now ahead in the count 2-0. Popped out to right field his first time up back in the opening inning. Coming off a tough series in Lancaster, went just 2 for 14 in the series with a double and a run batted in. The 2-0 ripped here towards short, over the head of Robert Andino, went into left field for a base hit. Andino didn't really get much up in the air on that one. Not sure he would have been able to catch it anyway, but there is the second hit for the Ducks. And it breaks a string of 6 straight retired by Randy Boone.
Yeah, that was strange, wasn't it? Andino, as if his feet were planted, nailed to the dirt, kind of got frozen and fooled, and the ball just kind of sailed over his head. Had he jumped, he might have had a chance. He just never even attempted it.
Maybe he just either misjudged it or thought the ball was hit much too hard for him to get up there and have enough time. Well, 1 on, 1 out, and here is Randy Ruiz to the plate. Boone's first pitch on the way, and Ruiz takes outside for ball 1. Ruiz a pop out to right his first time up back in the second inning. Hit it fairly well, but playable for the right fielder Michael Burgess. Puckett takes his lead at first, and coming set on the mound is Boone. The 1-0, and Ruiz a swing and a miss, chasing a pitch down and in. And home plate umpire Manolo Alejandro saying he got a piece of it and foul tipped it into the glove of Skelton. The count 1-1.
What, does Ruiz look menacing at the plate or what? He's listed at 6'3", 250. He just looks larger than that.
He packs a lot of power, really can hit the ball well, and has been hitting the ball extremely well of late. And that's something Long Island definitely needs. Puckett leads the 1-1. They'll take low and inside for ball 2, coming off of a 5-for-16 series in Lancaster against the Barnstormers, where the Ducks split 4 games, won the middle 2 of the 4, and lost the bookends, including an 8-1 defeat yesterday. The 2 wins, though, 5-0 shutouts in both games. The 2-1, kicks and fires, and Ruiz chops one foul, third base side, one hopping into the camera well. Now leaving up the count of 2-2.
You know, the Atlantic League has made national news in the last couple of seasons with different moves to speed the game up. Randy Ruiz does something at the plate I've noticed this season. It's just part of his DNA. Very rarely steps out. He just gets into the batter's box and stays there, something we wish more players would do.
Not really much of a need to get out of the batter's box. Time called here, though, as Boone had come set with the count of 2-2. Ruiz 1 for 4 in last night's game with a single. See Puckett put in motion at all here in this at-bat. Don't think they will, though, with Ruiz at the plate. Here's the 2-2, and he will take low and outside. Good block at the plate on the backhand by Skelton. And now at the count of 3-2, you might potentially put Puckett in motion. You do have John Griffin waiting in the on-deck circle, who hit a line drive home run his first at-bat back in the second inning. Puckett representing the tying run at first. 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th with the Ducks trailing 2-1. Boone gets the sign and comes set. Payoff pitch, runner goes, and Ruiz hits one on the ground to third. Hopkins fields, goes to second, not in time. The throw to first is in time, though. So that will be a 5-4-3 put out as Ruiz retired at first. However, going to second there is Puckett, and the Ducks with a tying run in scoring position and 2 down for John Griffin.
Yeah, ball not hit all that hard. Puckett got there very quickly. And the throw from second baseman Nate Spears was in time to get Ruiz, who is not the fastest of Long Island Ducks. He was trying to motor as hard as he could down to first, but he was nipped at first base. Meanwhile, the Ducks do have the tying run in scoring position with 2 down.
Hopkins tried to make the play there at second base, and he knew that with Ruiz running, even if they didn't get Puckett at second, they would have been able to get the out at first. Here's Griffin. First pitch misses low and outside. Ball 1. The home run he hit back in the second inning. His team leading 11th of the year also ties him for the Atlantic League lead with Kevin Rivers of the Lancaster Barnstormers. And base hit here from Griffin could tie the game at 2. Boone gets the sign from his catcher Skelton and comes set. Here's the 1-0. And Griffin takes a fastball outside for ball 2.
A little surprising, don't you think, that little ways past the midpoint of the season, leading home run hitters in the Atlantic League have 11. That is a lower total than we're used to seeing at this time of year.
Nobody in the Atlantic League really a true power threat, a true constant home run hitter. Ruiz has some pop, but again, he didn't join the Ducks until June. As the 2-0 to Griffin here, missing outside again for ball 3, and it seems like Boone pitching around Griffin a little bit here. Griffin coming off of a 3-for-15 series in Lancaster. He's now homered, though, in 2 of his last 3 games, and finished that series with 3 RBIs and 3 runs. So didn't have a ton of hits, but the hits he did have, 2 of the 3 were for extra bases. Have to think he'll take all the way here. The 3-0, swung on and tapped, foul at home plate. Initially hit and looked like it might have gone fair, but then the ball had so much English on it that it bounced foul to the right. So an interesting decision there. Gets the green light at 3-0 with the tying run in scoring position. And fortunately for the Griffin, that ball went foul.
James Skelton tried to one-hand it in fair territory. He knew that Griffin, who was still standing at home plate, would have been a proverbial dead duck and thrown out easily at first base. They're trying to erase him any way they can. Now at 3-1, you know John will be swinging if he sees something he likes.
Definitely a good hitter's count here. Mike Blank waiting on deck. Puckett takes his lead at second. And Boone's 3-1 is ripped on the ground to the left side. Antino on the backhand fields. The long throw over to first is in time for the out. Nice play by Antino. And Griffin denied a potential RBI single that would have tied the game. That's the final out of the 4th. So for the Ducks, no runs on 1 hit. They leave 1. We have played 4 here at Bethpage Ballpark on this Friday night opener of a 3-game series. Patriots lead the Ducks 2-1.
Hey fans, this is Sergio Perez, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island home for news, traffic, and weather. 1039 LI News Radio.
Beautify your patio, walkway, driveway, or pool surround with Nicoloc paving stones and walls. Nicoloc's specially formulated paver shield offers extra surface wear protection and color enhancement throughout the thickness of the paver. Paver shield guarantees that your pavers will look great for years to come. Bring home the elegance with Nicoloc. Visit the Nicoloc Design Center, Sunrise Highway, Lindenhurst, or nicoloc.com.
Let Nicoloc pavers pave your way.
Enjoy the ultimate VIP fan experience at Bethpage Ballpark this season by taking in a Ducks game from the brand new Trout Town Fan Can. Presented by Roscoe Beer Company, the Fan Can is available for rental at all Ducks home games. It features 12 Dream Seat theater-style padded seats, beverage holders, an air-conditioned atmosphere, and an incredible view of the game. Packages are now available with food and beverage included. To reserve your Fan Can outing today, call the Ducks Group Sales Department at 631-940-3825. The Trout Town Fan Can at Bethpage Ballpark. Your VIP experience has arrived.
Hey, Duck fans, don't forget to stop by the Waddle Inn Shop on your next visit here at the Duck Pond, Bethpage Ballpark, where exclusive, hard-to-find Ducks memorabilia is now on sale. Proceeds benefit the Quacker Jack Foundation, the charitable arm of the Long Island Ducks. And while I have a moment, Michael Pollack, I'd just like to say happy birthday, and I love you to my younger daughter, Rachel Weiss. She turned 21 this past Wednesday. She's celebrating with a couple of friends. They are sitting not quite in the front row, but close, the second row behind home plate. And she's doing very well tonight. She's doing very well in life, in fact. Happy birthday, Rachel.
Well, definitely sitting along those happy birthday wishes as James Skelton lines the first pitch of the fifth inning to center field, where Delta Cleary Jr. makes the catch for out number one. Not a bad way to spend your birthday, celebrating here with 5,000 plus fans at Bethpage Ballpark, enjoying a good one in the early going between the Patriots and the Ducks.
My daughter, Rachel, when she was 5, and her older daughter, my older daughter, Kimmy, who was 7, had the opportunity back in, well, you know, quite a while ago to sing Take Me Out to the Bowl Game for the 7th inning stretch on top of the visitors' dugout. I'll never forget that, and neither will my daughter.
That is certainly a memorable moment for anyone, as this pitch taken low by Vinny Zerillo for ball one. Zerillo, the leadoff hitter in the Patriots lineup, 1 for 2 on the evening. A bunt single to third his last time up. And it looks like Billy Buckner wants a fresh baseball from home plate umpire Manolo Alejandro, so he will get it and toss the bad baseball all the way to the first base on deck circle. Zerillo popped to short in his first at bat. And now the 1-0. There's a fastball on the outside corner for a strike to even the count at 1-1. Buckner's gotten into jams in each of the last 2 innings, but has escaped both of them. The third inning, bases loaded, no out, gave up just 1 run on a sac fly. As the 1-1 here is fouled over the screen and out of play behind home plate off to our left. And then in the fourth, after striking out the first 2 hitters, gave up a single and a walk, but got Robert Andino on a foul pop-up to first to get out of that inning without giving up any runs. Here comes the 1-2, and Zerillo chops one towards third, fielded by Puckett, has to make the quick throw over to first, and he does in time for the out. Good play by Puckett. Quickly 2 outs here in the 5th inning.
So we have a 2-1 game, Patriots and Ducks. A close one between the Patriots and Ducks. Is there any surprise at all? You want more numerical evidence that these 2 teams have been the class and the best 2 teams in the Atlantic League this season? Ducks number 1 in hitting as a team at 286. Somerset is third at 259. In terms of pitching collectively, team pitching, Patriots with a 2.56 ERA. Ducks are second at 3.18.
Aaron Eggleston takes low for ball one. They're also, if I'm not mistaken, the top 2 teams in fielding percentage in the league, too.
You are absolutely right. Somerset's 1, Ducks are 2, separated by only 1,000th of a point. 982 fielding percentage for Somerset, 981 for the Ducks. I mean, these 2 teams joined at the hip.
Eggleston took low again for ball 2, and it really is a shame they didn't play more times against each other in the first half of the season, as the 2-0 is on the outside corner at the knees for strike 1. Just 4 meetings at the end of May. Those are the only meetings of the first half until the last 3 games of the half here at Bethpage Ballpark, July 3rd through the 5th, where by that point the first half division title was already decided. 2-1, that misses low and away, and Eggleston now ahead in the count 3-1. His RBI sac fly in the 3rd inning. The difference in the ball game right now is the Patriots lead it 2-1. Buckner looking for a 1-2-3 inning here in the fifth, and he might get it as Eggleston chops one towards second. Fielded by Davis. He'll throw over to first for the out in a good fifth inning for Blake Davis. A quick 1-2 as he retires the side in order. We are halfway through on this Friday night at Bethpage Ballpark. Patriots leading the Ducks by a count of 2-1.
Hey fans, this is pitcher Ian Marshall, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather. 1039 LI News Radio.
Thinking about buying or refinancing a home? Start by attending a free MCU home buying seminar. Then speak with one of our loan specialists who will guide you through the loan process. With an affordable mortgage from Municipal Credit Union, Home Sweet Home will be a little sweeter. Call 212-238-3521 or visit nymcu.org to apply for your mortgage today. Municipal Credit Union. Strong, trusted, growing. Municipal Credit Union is an equal housing opportunity lender.
Take your group out to the ball game this season and enjoy all the fun of Ducks baseball at discounted prices with the Hebrew National Picnic Area, luxury suites, the Smokin' Owls Party Deck, the Trout Town Fan Can, and so much more. Bringing your group to the game will be an unforgettable experience. The Ducks even offer opportunities to sing the national anthem, serve as the Ridgewood Savings Bank color guard, be the Nicolak Dream Team, put on a pregame performance, or shag fly balls during Ducks batting practice. To book your outing today, call 631-940-3825 and ask for the group sales department. Long Island Ducks Baseball. Good times every time.
On to the bottom of the fifth inning here at Bethpage Ballpark. 2-1 Patriots leading the Ducks. Michael Pollock alongside David Weiss. Let's take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard before we begin the bottom of the fifth inning. Everybody else in action in the Atlantic League tonight. Skeeters have a 1-0 lead up in Bridgeport over the Bluefish, bottom half of the third inning at the ballpark at Harbor Yard. Roy Merritt getting the start for the Skeeters, who have an RBI from Kevin Russo. And on the other side for Bridgeport, Matt Iannazzo taking the mound tonight, the left-hander against the left-hander Merritt. Other scores in Southern Maryland, the Blue Crabs have a 4-0 lead over the Camden River Sharks, bottom half of the third inning. Zach Clark, the starter for the River Sharks, while the Blue Crabs countering with Darrell Thompson. And so far for Southern Maryland, Gustavo Molina has driven in 2 runs. Jovan Rosa and Jamar Walton each have an RBI as well. Mike Blankier takes low for ball 1 as we begin in the bottom of the fifth inning. And in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, War of the Roses rivalry resumes, and the Barnstormers have a 1-0 lead in the bottom of the second over the York Revolution. Fastball low again to Blank. The count goes to 2 balls and no strikes. For the Revolution, they have Frank Gailey on the mound, while Lancaster counters with Brian Woodall. Brian Cavazos-Galvez has driven in the only run of the ballgame. 2-0 fastball here on the outside corner for a strike to Blank, who popped out foul the first in his first at-bat, and that was back in the second inning. That'll run the count to 2-1. Righty-righty matchup to begin the bottom of the fifth inning, and the 2-1 pitch lifted in the air, shallow right. On the run it is Michael Burgess, still coming on. He won't get it. It drops in for a base hit, and Mike Blank found the right spot in right field as he dunks a shallow single to right, and the leadoff man on for the first time in this ball game for Long Island.
As the old saying goes, all you need sometime is a bloop and a blast. Well, they got the bloop from Mike Blank. Now Steve McCail, who hit his first home run as a Long Island Duck last night in an 8-1 loss at Lancaster to the Barnstormers. Wouldn't this be a nice time to become a hometown hero, at least for a night? Steve McCail, native of Wantagh, with family and friends in the stands. He's at the plate now, tying runners aboard, go-ahead run at the plate.
Gotten a nice cheer both times he's come up to the plate, and the first pitch to him here hit high in the air, deep to left field. Going back is Eggleston at the warning track at the wall, and you can forget it. A 2-run home run to left field for the Wantagh native Steve McCail. His second home run in as many days and his first here on Long Island, and the Ducks go in front 3-2 here in the bottom of the fifth inning.
Steve McCail as popular as the late Steve McQueen tonight. And Michael Pollock, putting all modesty aside, can I call him or what? A bloop and a blast.
You did. You absolutely called that one. And first pitch, he wasted no time and hit a high, deep drive to left field. And it was a matter of whether or not it was going to clear the fence or stay in the field of play. And that one just did get over the wall for the 2-run blast. Pointed to the crowd as he came around third and came to home plate. And this place full of his family and friends went nuts. Now Blake Davis hits a deep drive to left center. Eggleston at the wall will make the catch. And Blake Davis flirting with one out to left field, but the Ducks seeing the ball much better here in the fifth. However, Davis, a deep drive to left. It's caught for the first out.
So for the Long Island Ducks, with 2 home runs tonight, now have a total of 48 on the season. And of course, if the Ducks, or when the Ducks get to 100 homers, they will have met the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. Chappie's Funeral Homes donating $5,000 to the Quackerjack Foundation. And the Ducks almost halfway there. 2 dingers tonight.
So lots of power in this game so far. 3 home runs combined between the two teams as Dan Lyons takes low and inside for ball 1. And boy, that got the crowd fired up here to see the Long Island native Steve McCail go deep. And McCail, who was signed the same day as Lou Ford went to Mexico, as Lyons takes a strike on the outside corner to even the count. He's hit 2 home runs now in back-to-back games. And certainly when you lose a big power hitter and a good hitter overall like Lou Ford, you want the guy to replace him to have some of that same power and same ability to get on base, and so far he's shown that.
McCail saying in our pregame show, he's not out to make anybody chant Lou Who. He's just trying to play his own game, do his best. Of course, Lou Ford, what an impact this season, and of course his Player of the Year season last year. But McCail starting out in storybook fashion as a Long Island native playing for the team he watched as a kid here in the stands.
So Dan Lyons with a count of 1-2. Boone winds and fires to the plate. Lyons takes outside for ball 1. Lyons had a bit of a quiet series for the first time in a long time against the Barnstormers, so he was 2 for 15 in Lancaster this week. And in his first at bat here tonight, grounded out to third. Trying to get on base here with 1 out in the bottom of the 5th inning. And now the 2-2 is a check swing and a ball diving down and away. He did not go around. And so he has worked the count full on Boone, who so far in this game has thrown 63 pitches, 36 of them for strikes. Ducks now lead 3-2 here in the bottom of the 5th inning. And the 3-2 to Lyons. The breaking ball hit well in the air to right center field. On the run is the center fielder Zerillo. He dives and cannot make the catch. It drops in. Lyons around first, motoring in a second. He'll slide in safely with a double. Good effort by Zerillo, but unable to get to that baseball. And Dan Lyons has a 1-out double here in the 5th inning.
Again, another bloop type of shot to right center field. And Zerillo with a nice try. And he had Michael Burgess backing him up. Otherwise, Lyon keeps on going and has at the very least a triple, maybe even more than that. So Ducks looking for insurance here, taking the lead in the bottom of the 5th, looking for more.
14th double of the year for Dan Lyons, 22nd extra base hit. The Ducks with a runner in scoring position, 1 out. Back to the top of the order now for Brian Sabatello, who was 0 for 2 with 2 groundouts in the game. First pitch on the way, slash down the right field line, foul into the seats. The count 0-1. Sabatello grounded to third in the first inning that, upon further review on replay, showed that he should have gotten an infield single, but he was called out. Of course, here in the Atlantic League, no replay reviews. So a ground out to third there, and then in the third he grounded one to second for the final out of the inning. Lyons takes his lead with great speed at second. And Boone's 0-1, ripped on the ground towards the middle. The shortstop Antino Fields thought about third, instead throws low to first, and a nice job by David Vidal to scoop it out and save Antino from his 17th error of the year. So a ground out to short by Sabatello for the second out of the inning. Lyons moves to third, and that'll bring up Delta Cleary Jr.
Boy, Antino had a lot of things going through his head. First of all, Dan Lyons, like skipping rope, jumped out of the way of that shot off the bat of Brian Sabatello that nearly hit him, that hard ground ball. And then Antino doing a 360, whirling around, nearly throwing it away. Very nice play by Vidal at first.
Saved him of an error and potentially a run. That ball gets by the first baseman Vidal. A run probably scores as Delta Cleary Jr. takes low and outside for ball 1. And Antino, who thought about going to third on that play, probably should have just taken the straight route and going to first. And had that ball hit the dirt and gone past him, that would have been a very bad situation for the Patriots. Here's the 1-0. Cleary Jr. a line drive to the right side, caught there by the second baseman Nate Spears, and that will put an end to the 5th inning. However, the Ducks take their first lead of the night. They get 2 runs on 3 hits, including the 2-run home run by Long Island native Steve McCail. They leave 1, And after 5 innings of play here at Bethpage Ballpark, the Ducks are now in front by a count of 3-2.
Hey fans, this is first baseman John Griffin, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather. 1039 LI News Radio.
The results are in. PSEG Long Island is delivering 99.9% reliability. We got there by strengthening equipment and clearing trees along power lines across our area. And our new outage management system will continue to ensure improved communications and faster restoration. 99.9% reliable. It's one more way we're serving you better. Discover how we're improving every day to bring you better service at www.psegliny.com/reliability.
M&V Limousines is the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks. Family owned and operated, they've been in the business for over 23 years. M&V Limousines offers coach buses with Wi-Fi and restrooms, party buses, exotic limousines, and so much more. Whether you're looking for transportation for weddings, proms, corporate outings, or long-distance trips, they've got the right vehicle for you. Visit their showroom in Comac or check them out online at mvlimo.com. M&V Limousines, the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks.
We go to the top of inning number 6 here at Bethpage Ballpark. Somerset Patriots, Long Island Ducks. Ducks leading 3-2. As we remind you that you can follow all season long as the Ducks try to meet the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. If the Ducks reach 100 home runs, Chappie's Funeral Homes will donate $5,000 to the Quackerjack Foundation. Chappie's Funeral Homes, where caring for others is their family tradition. And as we just detailed seemingly moments ago, the Ducks have hit 2 home runs here tonight. Solo shot from John Griffin. 2-run homer to give the Ducks a 3-2 lead off the bat of Wonton native Steve McCail. So the Ducks at 48 homers, almost at the halfway mark for the Chappie's Home Run Challenge.
To the 6th inning we go with a 3-2 Ducks lead, their first lead of the night. First pitch was a called strike to David Vidal, and now a check swing foul ball to the first base side. And the count 0-2. This is a big inning here for Billy Buckner, who has thrown 5 innings of 2-run balls so far, and the key here is putting up a 0 on the scoreboard. And it's called a shutdown inning. After your team puts up a crooked number, you want to put up a 0, as Buckner misses low in the zone. Now the count goes to 1-2, so the key is keeping the Patriots off the scoreboard. He did a good job last inning after back-to-back innings getting into jams. Retired the side in order on a flyout and 2 groundouts. And now we'll have to face the heart of the Patriots order here in the 6th. The 1-2. Buckner kicks and fires. Vidal takes low again. Twice he tried to get him to chase down in the zone on fastballs. They wouldn't. And so now the count 2-2. Vidal 0 for 2 in the game with a strikeout and a double play groundout. Nice crowd on hand here for the first game of this 7-game homestand, which will run through next Thursday before a quick 3-game series up in Bridgeport. 2-2. Vidal, a check swing and a high fastball inside. They appeal to first. Frank LeParic says he did not go around. So after getting ahead 0-2, the count has now gone to 3-2 as Buckner has missed 3 straight pitches.
That's the last thing Billy Buckner wants to do is put the leadoff man aboard with a 1-run lead, top of the 6th.
Here comes the payoff pitch from the right-hander. Kicks and fires, and Vidal swings, chops one to short. Dan Lyons waits on it, fields the high hop, and his throw to first in time for the out. So 1 away here in the top of the 6th inning. 5 seconds for station identification here on LI News Radio.
Right fielder number 39, Michael Burgess, number 39.
3-2, Ducks lead the Patriots in the top of the 6th inning. Michael Pollock alongside David Weiss. Thank you so much for tuning in on your Friday night, whether you're joining us on the flagship radio station for Ducks Baseball, 103.9 FM, LI News Radio, or on our official YouTube channel for the Ducks. That's youtube.com/DucksBaseball. We appreciate you listening along as the Ducks and the Patriots open up this 3-game series. Ducks will then face the York Revolution 4 times before they head up to Bridgeport. Michael Burgess to the plate with the bases empty and 1 out. And the first pitch breaking ball misses a bit low from Buckner. And the count 1-0. Infield shifts around to the right side again. Dan Lyons playing almost behind second, and Cody Puckett about a little more than a third of the way to second base. The 1-0. Fouled over the screen, back behind the plate, off to our left. Comes back down to the screen.
It almost hit my daughter in the back of the head. You got to keep alert here. Got to watch the caroms. You got to watch the rebound.
Even if you're in the front row behind the screen, you are not safe. The ball can go up into the sweet level and carom back down below, and you've got to keep a keen eye rather than taking one into the back of the noggin. Here's the 1-1 to Burgess, and he swings, and it's a high pop-up to the right side of the infield. Griffin crosses into foul territory right along the line. He'll make the catch in foul ground. So Burgess is now 0 for 3, and so far, Billy Buckner has held the 3, 4, and 5 hitters in the Patriots lineup to a combined 0 for 8 in tonight's ballgame.
You know, we mentioned how close the Ducks and Patriots are in offensive categories, pitching categories, fielding as well. How about in attendance? Ducks average attendance, number 1. Somerset is number 2, a difference of 3 fans a game. Can these two teams be any more evenly matched in every category?
Swing and a miss here by Greg Hopkins, who chases low and outside. Count 0-1 on Hopkins, who has grounded to short and struck out swinging. You're right. They are neck and neck in just about every category. They always try and battle out each other, have fierce competitions with each other. It's fun to watch. It really is just fun to watch as the 0-1 is grounded foul along the left field line.
Well, I mean, there's very little doubt they're two of the best run minor league organizations in the country, not just the Atlantic League, but anywhere. True from day one for both franchises.
It adds more to their matchups, too, when last year the Patriots were moved from the Freedom Division over to the Liberty Division. Now you have the divisional rivalry aspect of it, aside from just the constant close matchups and how each organization is run, as here Buckner misses up high for ball 1. The count goes to 1-2. And these two teams facing each other 12 times here in the month of July, so they will be getting very familiar with each other. 1-2 here, chopped on the ground foul. Third base side into the Somerset dugout. And this is what you wanted to see kind of in that month of June, see some of these good matchups when both teams were still duking it out for the first half title. Unfortunately, did not end up happening. 1-2 is low and outside, and that'll leave in the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. As Buckner has now hit the 93 pitch mark in this game. Again, he has not gone more than 6 innings in any of his starts this year. So Kevin Byers trying to get him through 6, and then we'll see if he gets sent back out for the 7th, or if Byers will turn it over to his bullpen. Ducks in front 3-2 in front of hit column 5-4. 2-2 to Hopkins, swung and line towards the middle and in the left center field, a base hit. Cleary Jr. will field and will fire it in. So a 2-out single for Greg Hopkins, his first hit of the ball game, and each team now with 5 hits.
Yeah, just a hanging curve there for Billy Buckner. One of the few here tonight. Most of those off-speed pitches have been out of the strike zone. We've seen those check swings and swing and miss more often than not. And now Kevin Baez, skipper Long Island Ducks, taking a slow, deliberate walk to the mound.
And with the lefty Matt Gamble coming to the plate, who has 2 hits, including a home run off of Buckner, I think this might spell the end of the right-hander's night. Kevin Baez has 2 lefties available in his bullpen in J.C. Romero and Donnie Veal, both former big leaguers. Patrick Kreider is another lefty that he has in his bullpen, but I think he is going to stay away from him tonight after taking the line drive off the arm yesterday. And indeed, Kevin Baez will take the ball from Buckner and will head to his bullpen to bring in a left-hander to face the lefty Matt Gamble. So overall, Buckner a pretty solid start here tonight. And after 5 2/3 innings, he will depart. New pitcher is coming in, our first pitching change of the night here in Central Islip, New York, where the Ducks lead the Patriots 3-2.
Hey fans, this is Marty Jansen, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather. 1039 LI News Radio.
North Shore LIJ, Southside Hospital in Bayshore, is the healthcare heart of our community. We provide outstanding healthcare right here at home with centers of excellence in cardiology, orthopedics, neurosciences, women's health services, and much more. Experience counts, and North Shore LIJ has been around for nearly a century of care. For more information, please call 631-968-3000 or visit us on the web at www.nslij.com.
Family fun every time.
Beautiful evening for baseball.
Big action every time.
He reaches up, it's gone!
Great value every time.
And the Ducks have won it 7-1.
The Ducks schedule is loaded with new promotions this season, and with an average ticket price of just $10 and free parking, there is no better value on Long Island. For game times and tickets, visit liducks.com. Long Island Ducks Baseball. Good times every time.
Well, a new pitcher is in for the Long Island Ducks as we go to the play in the top half of the 6th inning. And it is left-hander J.C. Romero as expected, with Matt Gamble coming to the plate, who had 2 hits, including a solo home run off of right-hander Billy Buckner. Kevin Baez wants to set up the lefty-lefty matchup, and so he goes with the former big leaguer J.C. Romero, who spent a long time in the major leagues and was part of that 2008 World Series championship team for the Philadelphia Phillies.
Want some numbers on J.C. Romero, age 39, from Fairhope, Alabama, making his 6th appearance this season for the Long Island Ducks. Has a total of 6 innings pitched, has given up 8 hits, 2 earned runs, has struck out 3, walked 2, a record of 0-1, an ERA of an even 3. J.C. Romero into the game. Left-hander for the Long Island Ducks in relief of the righty, Billy Buckner, who had a quality outing of 5 innings plus, giving up just 2 runs on 5 hits, struck out 4, walked 2.
So here is J.C. Romero to face Matt Gamble, who this season is hitting just 162 against lefties, 156 against righties, so pretty even split there. And the first pitch from Romero is chopped on the ground here, foul, hit his front foot, and went to the first base side of the mound where Romero fielded it. But unfortunately for the Ducks, the ball hit off of Gamble's foot, and so the count 0-1. Again, Gamble, a solo home run that cleared both walls in right back in the 2nd inning, his 5th of the year. And then a hard single to right in the 4th with 2 men out, was stranded at second base. So the Ducks, who took the lead in the bottom of the 5th on the 2-run home run from Steve McCail, trying to keep that lead here in the top of the 6th inning.
And I did mention that Buckner gave up 2 earned runs. He is responsible, of course, for the runner on first, Greg Hopkins.
And Gamble in the series against Camden was 4 for 12, 0 for 3 yesterday, though. And leading at first base is Hopkins, who singled with 2 out in the inning. The 0-1 throw over to first. Good pickoff move by Romero, but Hopkins slid back safely. Hopkins, not much speed. 2 stolen bases this year, has been caught 3 times. Romero kicks, fires to the plate here, and Gamble fouls this one off to the top of the screen on the third base side of the plate. And Romero quickly ahead here, 0-2.
Boy, Gamble had a good cut at that. And we've mentioned his home run over both walls to right back in the 2nd inning, and a hard single to right in the 4th. So Gamble locked in tonight, no argument, and removing Buckner. Skipper Kevin Baez going to the lefty.
0-2, popped up in the air to left field. Drifting towards the line is Steve McCail. Camps under the baseball, he will make the catch. And a good call by Kevin Baez as he brings in the lefty Romero to face the lefty Gamble and gets him to pop out to left. So in the inning, no runs on 1 hit. The Patriots leave 1. We played 5.5 on this Friday night. It is the Ducks 3 and the Patriots 2.
Hey fans, this is outfielder Brian Sabatella, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather, 103.9 LI News Radio.
James Simmons is going back. He is looking up, and on in the Park Night, that one is gone and reaches a kennel in Central Islip.
That was another home run for the Ducks. And Duck fans, what's more fun than a home run that helps the Ducks win a game? How about a homer that helps the community win? Chappie's Funeral Home and the Long Island Ducks have once again teamed up for the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. If the Ducks hit 100 homers this season, Chappie's Funeral Home will donate $5,000 to the Quackerjack Foundation. So every time a Ducks hitter goes deep this season, watch for the Chappie's Challenge home run count on the scoreboard. And if we reach 100, we're all a winner. Chappie's Funeral Home, where caring for others is a family tradition.
Can't get enough of the Long Island Ducks? Well, now you can get even more inside info on your favorite hometown team through Facebook and Twitter. The Ducks are constantly updating fans through social media with scores, transactions, ballpark promotions, and much more. You can even win great prizes. All you'll need to do is make a free account on Facebook and Twitter, and then visit us at facebook.com/LIDucks and twitter.com/LIDucks. Think you're Long Island's biggest Ducks fan? Get connected now.
Bottom half of the 6th inning with the Ducks still in front 3-2 after Billy Buckner and J.C. Romero combined for a scoreless top half of the inning. To recap the rest of the out-of-town scoreboard, they're in the top of the 4th inning right now at Yankee Stadium. Yankees and the Mariners are tied up at 1 apiece. Pair of home runs in the game. Kyle Seager his 13th of the year for Seattle. Chris Young, his 11th of the year for the Yankees. And for the Yankees, Masahiro Tanaka on the mound facing Seattle's Mike Montgomery. Mets going to get underway momentarily in St. Louis against the Cardinals. Good pitching matchup there. Noah Syndergaard for the Mets, who is 4-4 on the year, against Lance Lynn of the Cardinals, who is 6-5. So we go to the bottom half of the 6th inning. And here is Cody Puckett to lead things off for the Ducks against Randy Boone. First pitch misses low for ball 1. Each team with 5 hits in the game. Puckett has one of them, a single to left his last time up in the 4th. From the 1-0. And Puckett hits a high fly ball in the air to right field. Moving in is Michael Burgess, still coming on. Now he gets under it and will make the catch. And there is out number 1 in the bottom of the 6th.
The Open Championship, otherwise known as the British Open, also taking place. The second round is still yet to be completed. There was a 3-hour rain delay with Scottish weather. As somebody who went to St. Andrews and played the course back in 1997 with beautiful weather, it's very rare to have nice weather in St. Andrews in Scotland. Anyway, Dustin Johnson from the U.S., Danny Willett, who is from England, I believe, tied at 10 under, but Johnson is still on the course, needs to complete that second round tomorrow morning. Jordan Spieth, at last check, I believe he was 5 under, so he's 5 shots back, and he has yet to complete his second round as well.
First pitch to Randy Ruiz, missed low and outside for ball 1. Now he hits a high drive in the air to deep left center field, going back, Vinny Zerillo. And in the deepest part of the ballpark, he'll make the grab, so Randy Ruiz gave it a ride. But the ball caught by Zerillo, and Ruiz now 0 for 3 on the night. And quickly 2 away here on the bottom of the 6th.
Yes, Michael, you hit that one on the head. Deepest part of the ballpark, just to the left of the 400 sign in dead center. So if Ruiz had pulled that one down the line and left, that would still be going. Instead, just a long, loud out.
So he's now 0 for 3 in that 16-game hitting streak in jeopardy. Here is John Griffin, who's 1 for 2 on the night. And the first pitch on the way is outside for ball 1 from Boone. Griffin, a solo home run, a line drive blast that cleared the wall just fair down the line and left in the second inning, his 11th of the year. Then hit a grounder to short with a runner at second and 2 down in the 4th. Here's the 1-0, and he swings and hits a high pop-up foul, first base side. Right there is David Vidal to make the catch. And a very quick inning, just 6 pitches needed for Randy Boone, and he retires the Ducks in order, 1-2-3. So with 6 completed Bethpage Ballpark, the Ducks have a 3-2 lead over Somerset.
Hey fans, this is Blake Davis, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball, Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather. 103.9 LI News Radio.
Spring into a new Honda at Huntington Honda and pay $59 a month for a new 2015 Honda Civic LX sedan. $59. So spring into Huntington Honda on Jericho Turnpike just east of Route 110 or HuntingtonHondaCars.com.
Huntington Honda, discover the difference.
Auto 24-month lease, total due at inception. Civic $31.90 includes bank fee, first month's payment, no security deposit. Taxes, DMV, title fees extra with excellent credit through HFS.
Have your birthday at the ballpark this season and celebrate with the flock. Kona Ice birthday party packages with the Long Island Ducks are now available. Each package includes 10 box seats, a commemorative birthday t-shirt and autographed baseball, a pizza and Kona Ice party in the Hebrew National Picnic area, and so much more. Best of all, the birthday child will stand on the dugout while the entire crowd sings happy birthday. Reserve your party today by calling the group sales department at 631-940-3825. Kona Ice birthday parties with the Long Island Ducks, a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
Back at Bethpage Ballpark, David Weiss, Michael Pollack. We have another pitching change for the Long Island Ducks. Their third pitcher of the evening, Billy Buckner, the starter, went 5 innings plus. J.C. Romero came into the 6th, finished things up in the 6th. And now with the Ducks leading 3-2, top of inning number 7, they bring in their second consecutive lefty, Donnie Veal, into the game for the Long Island Ducks. Veal, the big 6'4" lefty from Gilbert, Arizona, making his third appearance for the Ducks so far in his Ducks campaign for 2015. 2 innings pitched, 1 hit surrendered, no runs, an ERA just 0. Has struck out 2, walked none. Donnie Veal, new pitcher for the Long Island Ducks.
And the funky thing about Donnie Veal, you mentioned this is his 3rd appearance, but the funny thing is he was just signed this past Friday in Somerset. However, his game log will show that he pitched on May 18th against the Lancaster Barnstormers. Problem is that was the game that was suspended and didn't get made up until this past Monday in Lancaster, and he ended up coming in and pitching a scoreless inning. That was actually his Ducks debut. So technically Veal made his Ducks debut on May 18th by what you would look at in the record books back to when that game officially counted towards. However, it didn't come until July 13th.
I'm totally confused and now have a headache.
I apologize. First pitch here to the lefty, Nate Spears, misses inside for ball 1, so he takes over for J.C. Romero, who got out of a little bit of trouble in the 6th after the 2-out single by Greg Hopkins. He relieved Billy Buckner and got a fly out to left from Matt Gamble. The 1-0 is in for a called strike. Fastball on the outside corner from the tall lefty. That'll even up the count at 1-1. Veal, like Romero, a former major leaguer. Pitched in the big leagues actually earlier this year with the Atlanta Braves, and the 1-1 is Spears low and outside. That'll run the count to 2 balls and 1 strike. Spears in the game 0 for 1, grounded out to second in the 2nd inning, and drew a 2-out walk of the 4th. Left-hander works out of the stretch, gets the sign from Blank. The 2-1, hit on the ground, foul. Screen behind home plate, just off to the first base side, the count 2-2.
Back in the late 60s, early 70s, there were 3 pitchers in the major leagues by the name of Veal, Moose, and Lamb. Just thought I'd bring that up.
Which would be your choice for dinner?
Ooh, I'd go with a lamb chop anytime. Lamb, yeah. I'm drooling now, thanks.
2-2 from Veal to Spears. Fastball missed low and away. That'll run the count full at 3-2. It'll be Spears, Andino, and Skelton due up here in the 7th. The bottom 3 in the order for the Patriots. Each has gotten on 1 time in this game. And here comes the payoff from Veal. Kicks and fires, and this misses outside ball 4. So not the way Veal wanted to start here in the bottom half of the 7th inning, but he issues the walk to Spears. The 3rd walk given up by Ducks pitching. That will bring up the shortstop, Robert Andino.
And Spears does have speed. 6 out of 7 in steals in 2015, being held on by Big John Griffin. And Spears may be looking to run here. Brett Jody has also already shown a willingness to do some hit and run. We'll see what he wants to do here.
So here's Andino to bat from the right side. Veal comes set, looks to first, kicks and will throw over. That'll chase Spears back to the bag. Typically, Kevin Bynes of late has been using a 7, 8, and 9 combo of Kern, Diaz, and Cushmal to try and close out games when they have the lead. But with so many lefties in this Patriots lineup, you just had Spears, Skelton waiting on deck. You have Eggleston in the lineup as well. He's sticking with the lefty here and going with Veal in this inning, and he misses low and inside for ball 1 to Andino.
Veal on the mound at 6'4". He's got that herky-jerky delivery. Not easy to pick up the release point. Tough to hit against, whether you're batting for the right side or left.
Spears takes his lead. The 1-0 pitch coming from Veal. Kicks and fires, and that fastball misses low. So Veal having trouble finding the strike zone here in the early going. And he's now behind 2-0 on Andino after walking the leadoff man, Spears.
Well, skipper Kevin Baez did get 5 innings plus from Billy Buckner. Now it's that mixing and matching and trying to piece it together in the later innings using that valuable asset, a deep Ducks bullpen.
Definitely a start that Buckner, I'm sure, will be happy with. Just 2 runs in his 5 2/3 innings, 5 hits and 2 walks while striking out 4. But again, the pitch count got a little bit elevated, and that's why he had to come out of the game. As this pitch hits on the outside corner for strike 1. He threw 94 pitches total, 55 of them for strikes. And again, a few too many out of the zone that ran up his pitch count. And again, with the lefty-lefty matchup with Gamble, who already had 2 hits off of him, Baez wanted to set up the matchup with Romero, and it worked out. Here comes the 2-1 from Veal. Spears leads at first, nobody out. The kick and the pitch to the plate, swung on a line into right center field. On the run, Brian Sabatella to his right will make the grab. So the ball hit well the other way by Andino, but Sabatella able to make the catch for the first out of the 7th.
Andino batting from the right side. sliced it off to right field, so that ball was actually slicing toward Sabatella, who just trotted over and had no problems at all with it. Hit fairly well, but one down as Spears hangs on at first. I still think it's only a matter of time before Jody puts him in motion.
Well, that's a big first out as he was facing the righty hitter, and now you've got back-to-back, or 3 straight lefties scheduled to come to the plate in Skelton, Zerillo, and Eggleston. So it sets the matchup back up. First pitch on the way, and the fastball from Veal just missed low and outside for ball 1. It's 3 straight hitters who he started off with a first pitch ball. Skelton a single to left field his first time up. That was way back in the 3rd inning. His last time up came in the 5th, and he flew out to center. Spears takes his lead. Veal looking over. And now time called at home plate as Veal kept his eye on the runner at first. Each team with 5 hits. Another tight ball game between these two. Ducks lead it 3-2. Here's the 1-0. Skelton takes low. And Veal behind now, 2 balls and no strikes.
And once again, Veal not missing by much. Not overly wild, but just wild enough. And Somerset very patient at the plate. Looking for something that they could give a ride.
Here comes the 2-0. Good hitters count here for Skelton, and the pitch on the outside corner, a good fastball. And that is strike 1. Veal spent parts of 5 seasons in the majors. First year was in 2009 as a member of the Pittsburgh Pirates. Then spent 3 straight seasons with the Chicago White Sox from 2012 to 2014, and the beginning of this year with the Atlanta Braves. 2-1. Skelton squares the bunt here, pulls back and takes a strike on the outside corner. And that'll even up the count at 2-2.
If you're looking for some comparisons in terms of his pitching delivery, he's got a little Sid Fernandez in him. You know, kind of short arms the ball, whips it to the plate with his body well out in front of that left arm.
Did a good job of hitting the corner there. Let's work the count even. Spears takes his lead in the 2-2 from Veal. Skelton swings, fouls this one off to the third base side out of play. And we will do it once again with the count at 2-2. Veal last pitched on Sunday in Somerset through a scoreless inning. Struck out a batter, and the Ducks 7-2 win over the Patriots. Here comes the 2-2 offering, kicks and deals, and this is a swing and a check swing. They appeal, and third base umpire John Grasso says that he went around for strike 3. So there's the first strikeout for Veal, the 5th strikeout for Ducks pitching. And a big second out there for Donnie Veal, especially after falling behind 2-0. With 2 outs in the inning, that'll leave it up to the center fielder, Vinny Zerillo.
That's what you get with a lefty-lefty matchup. That was either a hard slider or something that was sweeping diagonally across the plate. It was well out of the strike zone, but Skelton just couldn't hold up.
So here is Zerillo to the plate, who is 1 for 3 on the night with a bunt single. First pitch on the way, and he'll take a fastball over the outside corner. First batter that Veal has thrown a first pitch, strike 2. Count 0-1. Zerillo was 2 for 20 in the series against Camden, 0 for 4 yesterday. That's popped to short, bunt single to third, and grounded to third in his 3 trips to the plate tonight. 0-1 from the lefty. It's hit on the ground, past the mound. The shortstop Dan Lyons, though, right there. He'll take it to the bag at second. And a scoreless 7th inning from the left-hander, Donnie Veal. The former big leaguer works around the leadoff walk to Nate Spears. And we go to the bottom of the 7th. Time to stretch here at Bethpage Ballpark. 3-2, the Ducks lead the Patriots.
Hey fans, this is right-handed pitcher John Brownell, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's Home for News, Traffic and Weather, 1039 LI News Radio.
Hey, Ducks fans, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks is the Upsky Long Island Hotel in Hauppauge. It's centrally located on the north shore of Long Island and offers a home away from home for both business and leisure guests. The Upsky Long Island Hotel features an indoor pool, 24-hour business center, a fitness center, and complimentary Wi-Fi in all guest rooms. Enjoy the contemporary American cuisine at the Fountain Grill restaurant or grab a quick bite to eat at Cafe Pronto. Best of all, it's only minutes from Bethpage Ballpark. The Upsky Long Island Hotel, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks. Call 231-1100 today. That's 631-231-1100.
Family fun every time. Beautiful evening for baseball. Big action every time. He reaches up, it's gone! Great value every time.
And the Ducks have won it 7-1.
The Ducks schedule is loaded with new promotions this season. And with an average ticket price of just $10 and free parking, there is no better value on Long Island. For game times and tickets, visit liducks.com. Long Island Ducks Baseball. Good times every time.
Back at Bethpage Ballpark, David Weiss, Michael Pollock. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Ducks leading the Somerset Patriots 3-2. You can chill out with a cold cup of Hampton Coffee Company Gourmet Iced Coffee, available at the concession stands here at Bethpage Ballpark. Hampton Coffee, the preferred coffee of the Long Island Ducks. Visit HamptonCoffeeCompany.com or visit their cafes in the Hamptons. And a cold cup of iced coffee is what you'll need this weekend, Michael Pollock. Humidity's going up, temperature's going up. A lot of hot baseball with the Long Island Ducks finishing up this series with the Somerset Patriots tomorrow night and on Sunday afternoon.
Should be great games between these two teams. Ducks fans will get to see Darren Downs, a newcomer and a former big leaguer who was signed this past week on Monday, and he'll make his first home start on Sunday. Tomorrow it'll be Ian Marshall, the right-hander for the Ducks, against the lefty Sean Bierman, who is having a great season for the Patriots. Marshall, an all-star as well as Bierman. So some good pitching matchups, some good baseball. Fireworks tomorrow night, a baseball giveaway, and a Sunday family fun day on Sunday. New pitcher in, it's Andrew Carrigan. He takes over for Randy Boone and delivers a first pitch strike to Mike Blank. So Blank trying to get the Ducks started here in the bottom of the 7th. He singled to lead off in the 5th inning. And here he chops one foul at the plate. And he's now behind 0-2 on Carrigan. The final line for Randy Boone tonight goes 6 innings, gives up 5 hits and 3 runs, all of which were earned. No walks, 1 strikeout, allowed the 2 home runs that accounted for the 3 Ducks runs. The solo blast by John Griffin in the 2nd, and the 2-run homer by Steve McCail in the 5th. This pitch misses to Blank, and the count now goes to 1-2. Blank a single to right and scored on the McCail home run in the 5th inning, and then pumped that foul the first in his first at-bat back in the 2nd. A 1-2 from Carrigan, and Blank takes a fastball on the outside corner for a called strike 3. And Blank thought it was a little outside, but Carrigan picks up his first strikeout. Second for Patriots pitching, and that's the first out here in the bottom of the 7th.
Number 40, Steve McCail, number 40.
Well, here is Steve McCail, who gets a nice hand as he steps back up to home plate after hitting the first pitch he saw in the 5th. Just over the left field wall for a 2-run home run. Couple fans with a Steve McCail chant here at Bethpage Ballpark. First pitch from Carrigan, and McCail takes a curveball that catches a piece of the outside corner for strike 1. Carrigan on the year for the Patriots with a record of 1-2, a 4.10 ERA in 26 games. He has 1 save. Looks in for the sign from Skelton, and now his 0-1. And McCail swings and misses. Big cut from the left fielder, but McCail missed it in the count now 0-2. Carrigan has thrown 26 in the 3rd innings, 18 hits, 12 runs, all of which are earned, has walked 16 and struck out 27. 0-2 on the way to McCail, and he swings and misses for strike 3. Got some fastballs near the plate and big hacks, but Carrigan has struck out back-to-back hitters to start things off in the 7th, 2 away.
All right, so I had to give my daughter and her friends a tour of the press box, so I have missed everything here in the top of the 7th. We got a new pitcher, we got a couple of batters. You're going to have to fill me in.
All right, well, the new pitcher is right-hander Andrew Carrigan of the Patriots.
Okay.
The first 2 hitters, Mike Blank, struck out looking, and Steve McCail struck out swinging.
There you go. Okay, I'm caught up. Thank you, Michael Pollock.
You're welcome. Here's Blake Davis to the plate. First pitch swinging, a broken bat, flare over 3rd and into left. And Blake Davis has a tongue-tied single to left field. His first hit of the ball game and the 6th hit for the Ducks. Carrigan last pitched against the Ducks on Sunday the 12th. And Long Island's 7-2 win came in the 9th inning with the Patriots trailing 4-2. Gave up 3 runs on 3 hits and 2 walks in the inning, including a bases-loaded walk to Ryan Sabatella and a 2-run single to the recently departed Ricci Corona. So Davis is on at first with 2 away. Here is Dan Lyons, who doubled his last time up. to right center field, just out of the reach of Vinny Zerillo. Carrigan comes set, and his first pitch on the way. Line swings. It's a high pop-up in the air down the right field line. Foul territory. David Vidal gives way to the second baseman, Nate Spears, who right along the line in foul territory will make the catch. And on one pitch, Dan Lyons is retired for the final out of the seventh. No runs, one hit. The Ducks leave one. And through 7 innings here at Bethpage Ballpark in the opener of this series, it is the Ducks leading the Patriots 3-2.
Hey fan, this is outfielder Delta Clear Jr. You're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather, 1039 LI News Radio.
Few places on earth offer the charm and excitement of Fire Island. At Fire Island Ferries, located conveniently at 99 Maple Avenue in Bay Shore, they offer convenient travel to Fire Island 7 days a week. Fire Island is quickly becoming a top destination for families of all ages. Experience the informal, carefree communities, the dazzling night scene, enjoy fine dining, or climb to the top of one of the tallest lighthouses in the United States. But there's only one way to get there, by calling Fire Island Ferries at 631-665-3600 today. For fare and scheduling information, please visit fireislandferries.com.
Hey Ducks fans, stay up to date with Long Island's hometown team by visiting Quack of the Bat, the official blog of the Long Island Ducks. Quack of the Bat will bring Ducks fans beyond the headlines with in-depth feature articles, breaking news stories, game previews, post-game wrap-ups, and so much more. Interact with the team during the entire season through quotes directly from the players and coaches, as well as exclusive video clips and photos. Check out the blog today at quackofthebat.wordpress.com. Quack of the Bat, the official blog of the Long Island Ducks. On to the 8th inning we go, with the Ducks ahead of the Patriots. 3 runs on 6 hits, no errors for Long Island. 2 runs, 5 hits, no errors for Somerset. New pitcher is in for the Ducks. It's right-hander Amalio Diaz, the setup man for Long Island, who will make his 36th appearance of the year, which leads the team. He is 1-1 on the season with a 1.50 ERA, 43 strikeouts to just 5 walks in 36 innings. He takes over for Donnie Veal, who throws a scoreless inning in the 7th. And to take you across the final 2 innings for tonight's game, sends across the broadcast booth to my partner, David Weiss.
Thank you so much, Michael Pollock. 3-2. Ducks, 3 runs, 6 hits, no errors. Somerset, 2 runs, just 5 hits and no errors, as manager Kevin Baez continues to try to piece it together like a crazy quilt to get the Ducks onto a W, at the very least to the 9th inning with a lead. And then you can bring in the closer. Well, let's see if the Ducks can do that after 5 innings plus from Billy Buckner. A nice start in which he surrendered only a couple of runs. And the Ducks, with a 3-2 lead, they're trying to make hold up all the way. Aaron Eggleston, David Vidal, and Michael Burgess, the numbers 2, 3, and 4 hitters, to face Amalio Diaz here in the top of inning number 8. What an absolutely gorgeous night for baseball. Very big crowd on hand. Eggleston batting from the left side against the righty. Diaz pitching from the stretch, although no one's on. Most relievers do exactly that. And the first pitch has the plate, but it's low. 1 ball and no strikes to Eggleston, who is 0 for 2, a strikeout and a ground out, sandwiched around a sacrifice fly and an RBI, the sac fly to fairly deep right center field. Driving in the second run for the Somerset Patriots at the time gave the Patriots a 2-1 lead over the Ducks. Coming set, Diaz, and the 1-0 on the way to Eggleston. Just inside, 2 balls and no strikes.
Diaz did not face the Patriots in Bridgewater, New Jersey last week, and did face them here, though, on July 4th. Pitched 2 innings of relief. He gave up a tying home run in the 8th inning to Robert Andino, but then got out of trouble in the 9th before the Ducks won it in waddle-off fashion in the bottom half of the inning.
2-0 pitch on the way to Eggleston, and that's right down Carlton Avenue for a strike. Fastball 2-1.
Well, Diaz has that good fastball. Occasionally will mix in the breaking ball, but for the most part uses that hard fastball and tries to paint the corners with it and get some swings and misses.
Gets the sign from catcher Mike Blank. Comes set, and the 2-1 on the way to Eggleston is ripped down the right field line, and a fair ball going all the way to the wall in the right field corner. Eggleston streaking to second base and will hold up there The ball corralled very quickly by Brian Sabatella in the corner. And he got it into the cutoff man quickly enough so that Eggleston, who had some ideas about stretching it to a triple, but with nobody out, no reason to take that kind of a chance. A leadoff double for Eggleston, tying run in scoring position with nobody out here in the top of the 8th.
Diaz has been so dominant for the Ducks this season. We've talked about how he very rarely walks anybody, just 5 walks this season, has struck out 43 in 36 innings, but has given up a run in each of his last 2 outings. That July 4th game we mentioned, and July 10th allowed a run as well. So he has a tendency sometimes, especially against these Patriots, to allow a run.
David Vidal, the first baseman, lays down a bunt and a beauty. Is that going to go foul? And it does. Snared with the catcher's mitt by Mike Blank as soon as it crossed the foul line into foul territory. But David Vidal, I think that was more than a sacrifice. He was bunting for a base hit there.
That was a fortunate break that ball ended up tailing foul. It was right along the line and just happened to go to the right of the chalk. And thankfully within enough time that it didn't end up staying fair and Vidal would have had the hit.
You don't often see that from a batter in the 3rd position in the order after a leadoff double. Guy in your 3rd spot, usually an RBI guy, trying to drive him in, but he was looking for a base hit there to get runners on the corners. Instead, Eggleston back at second base. Counters 0-1. Diaz coming set. As he takes a look at the runner, and the pitch is low. Gets away from Mike Blank, but not far enough for Eggleston to advance. So count now 1-1 to David Vidal with the cleanup man Michael Burgess on deck. The Ducks leading at 3-2, top of the 8th. We have talked all game long about the Ducks and Patriots, how evenly matched they are, playing another tight one here tonight, and again, a playoff type atmosphere. Both managers going back and forth with strategy here. Kevin Baez inserting his 4th pitcher of the game here in the top of the 8th, Amalio Diaz, who comes set. The runner Eggleston takes his lead, and the 1-1 on the way to Vidal. As slam foul out of play down the right field line. Heads up. That one launching into the second section down the right field side. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Vidal.
My mistake. I had said that Diaz did not face the Patriots last weekend in Somerset. He actually did. Pitched in the 4-3 win on Saturday and gave up a run in the 8th inning. And in that inning gave up a 1-out double to Eggleston and then a 2-out RBI double to Michael Burgess. But got out of the inning without surrendering the lead.
Let's see if they can do the same here in the top of the 8th. Ducks clinging to a 1-run lead. Vidal at the plate, 0 for 3 tonight. 1-2 count. The runner Eggleston taking his lead off second base, and the pitch. Swing and a miss. Foul tip back into the mid of Mike Blank, and a big strikeout for the first out here in the 8th.
Well, Vidal knew a fastball was coming and put a good swing on it, but just missed. And a big strikeout, as you mentioned there, David, for Diaz for the first out. I guess we mentioned now he has to face the lefty Burgess after the lefty Eggleston doubled off of him to start the inning, so a dangerous hitter for Somerset. And we mentioned Burgess almost a week ago. Delivered the RBI double in that game in Somerset. That made it a 1-run contest.
Vidal very nearly had himself a bunt single. At the very least, he was looking for a productive out to hit the ball to the right side, but instead struck out. So Burgess at the plate, batting from the left side against the righty, Amalio Diaz. First pitch on the way is well off the plate. Mike Blank had to come out of his crouch, be able to get that one and prevent any advance from Eggleston. So 1 ball and no strikes to Burgess, who is 0 for 3. He has popped out, struck out, and fouled out.
That's a great block by Blank to prevent that ball from going back to the screen. You don't want the runner at third with less than 2 outs, then a fly ball could play him to tie the game.
All about maintaining the lead here. 1-run lead for the Ducks in the top of the 8th. Billy Buckner, for the most part, pitched quickly. And so have J.C. Romero and Donnie Veal after him. But Amalio Diaz pitching extremely deliberately here, especially now that the tying run is at second base. Takes a long look at second. And the pitch on the way to Burgess. Down low, 2 balls and no strikes to Michael Burgess, the right fielder and cleanup man for the Somerset Patriots.
Diaz trying to get him to chase out of the zone, which he can do at points. He's 0 for 3 in the game, but has to be careful. Burgess does have some good power. as we mentioned, has the familiarity with Diaz, delivered the RBI double last time these two faced each other.
Infield playing Burgess straight away. Outfield shaded a bit around to right for Burgess's power, although there is a big gap in left center field for Michael Burgess. 2-0 the count as Eggleston takes his lead. Coming set, Diaz. Pitch on the way is Sky down the left field line. That'll be out of play. Steve McCail, left fielder for the Ducks, gave it a sniff, but that's well out into the stands. In fact, made it out toward the patio section and beyond near the picnic area. 2 balls and a strike now to Michael Burgess.
Big pitch there for Diaz after falling behind 2-0, a good hitter's count. And he's able to get the ball into the zone and get him to hit it foul for a strike. Didn't want to leave a pitch up over the plate that Burgess could put too good of a swing on.
Diaz once again comes set, takes a look at the runner, and the pitch on the way to Burgess. Ground ball left side, taken by third baseman Cody Puckett. He will throw across to John Griffin in time. The runner crossing behind Puckett, but goes back to second base and remains there. Eggleston had an idea with that long throw from Puckett at third, but remained at second base. So the Ducks 1 out away from getting out of this. Eggleston with the leadoff double, but now 2 down. And Greg Hopkins, the number 5 man in the order, coming up.
Usually as a runner at second base, you're taught never to cross over to third on a ground ball in front of you. If the ball goes towards second behind you, then you can cross over, but rarely will you ever see anybody go on a ground ball in front of you.
And now with 2 down, Eggleston still at second base. Hopkins at the plate is 1 for 3. Righty-righty matchup. First pitch, fastball high and tight. 1 ball and no strikes. Hopkins has bounced to short, struck out in the 4th, had a 2-out single in the 6th, but was left stranded there. So the Ducks with the slim 1-run lead. Somerset had it set up nicely with a leadoff double from Aaron Eggleston. Looking to tie, but a strikeout, a ground ball. And Hopkins now needs a clutch hit with 2 out to get this run in. Curveball catches the inside corner. Good pitch from Diaz, 1-1.
Nicely thrown curveball there. Looked like it was going to come inside of Hopkins, so he laid off of it, and the ball broke back over the plate knee high. A very good pitch there from Diaz for the first strike.
1 ball, 1 strike. Hopkins batting from the right side. Open stance. Stands well up on the plate. Now he will step out. And we mentioned how slowly Diaz is working here after giving up that leadoff double. Count 1-1 as Diaz comes set. He'll take a nice long look at Eggleston at second base. And the pitch is on the way, and a swing and a miss. Big cut from Hopkins, swung right through it. Another off-speed pitch from Diaz. He's got so much smoke on that fastball when he pulls the string. More batters than not will be well out in front, 1-2.
That's exactly was the case there for Hopkins. He was thinking fastball and started to swing a bit too early. He also has the tendency to chase on balls going down and out of the zone. Wouldn't be surprised to see Diaz throw that pitch again.
And Diaz coming set once again. The long look at Eggleston at second base, who dances off the bag. And the 1-2 to Hopkins is a ground ball right side, taking on a couple of hops by Blake Davis. Soft toss to John Griffin, and the Ducks and Amalio Diaz get out of trouble. A strikeout and 2 groundouts after the leadoff double wasted by Aaron Eggleston. No runs, a hit, a man left. We go to the bottom of the 8th here at Bethpage Ballpark. Ducks looking for a little insurance here, leading Somerset 3-2.
Hey fans, this is Bud Harrelson, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather. 103.9 LI News Radio.
Beautify your patio, walkway, driveway, or pool surround with Nicoloc paving stones and walls. Nicoloc's specially formulated paver shield offers extra surface wear protection and color enhancement throughout the thickness of the paver. Paver shield guarantees that your pavers will look great for years to come. Bring home the elegance with Nicoloc. Visit the Nicoloc Design Center, Sunrise Highway, Lindenhurst, or Nicoloc.com.
Let Nicoloc pavers pave your way.
M&V Limousines is the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks. Family owned and operated, they've been in the business for over 23 years. M&V Limousines offers coach buses with Wi-Fi and restrooms, party buses, exotic limousines, and so much more. Whether you're looking for transportation for weddings, proms, corporate outings, or long-distance trips, they've got the right vehicle for you. Visit their showroom in Comac or check them out online at mvlimo.com. M&V Limousines, the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks.
Well, a great job by right-hander Amalio Diaz to get out of trouble in the top half of the 8th inning, allowed the leadoff double to Aaron Eggleston, but retired the next 3 hitters he faced in order. And as we go to the bottom of the 8th with the Ducks still clinging to that 3-2 lead, Somerset calls on the right-hander Daniel Sattler, their third pitcher of the night after a scoreless 7th from Andrew Carrigan. On the year, Sattler, 5-2 record, a 3.04 ERA in 24 games out of the bullpen, has given up 8 runs, all earned on 11 hits in 23 2/3 innings, 16 walks to 32 strikeouts.
So Sattler comes in and will face the top of the Long Island Ducks order, Brian Sabatella, followed by Delta Cleary Jr. and then Cody Puckett. Ducks leading it 3-2.
Number 12, David Sattler.
Sabatella 0 for 3 tonight, has bounced out 3 times. Although, as we went to the Ducks YouTube channel, courtesy of Michael Pollock's laptop, we have the opportunity to see a replay. We know that Sabatella, back in the first inning, on a big chopper off home plate, the third baseman Greg Hopkins actually beat the throw, but that was not the call on the field. With no replay or review process in effect in the Atlantic League, Sabatella 0 for 3 when he should in fact be 1 for 3. But that's just splitting hairs right now. More to the point, Ducks looking to add to their 1-run lead here in the bottom of the 8th. And Sattler's first pitch is a fastball inside to Brian Sabatella, the native Long Islander. And it is 1-0.
He's grounded out to 3 of the 4 infield positions in this game, third, second, and short in consecutive order in the first, third, and fifth.
And next pitch from Sattler on the way is hit a long way down the left field line. Eggleston is going over to the left field corner, looks up and makes the grab right near the foul line, near the 325 sign. Boy, Sabatella hit that one as high as he did far. The wind is pushing everything toward left field and just came up short of a home run, 1 down.
He hit that one a little bit too high. It was aiming right down the left field line for that 325-foot sign, and the ball stayed in fair territory, but even with that wind blowing to left field, didn't push it enough to get out, just a little bit too far under it. And so he's now 0 for 4. Here's Delta Cleary Jr.
And he takes a fastball outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Delta Cleary Jr. is 0 for 3 here tonight. Hit a hot shot back to the mound that was snared by the starter, Randy Boone, and thrown out. Bounced to second and is also lined to second. Again, 0 for 3 as he takes a strike in the outside corner. Count now even at 1-1 to Delta Cleary Jr. Came into the game just under 300. Has slipped a few points since. Now at 292. Batting from the left side, slightly open stance. Coming set, Daniel Sattler, and this one is ripped to center field. That will fall in front of center fielder Vinny Zarillo. Delta Cleary Jr. 1 for 4 here tonight. A 1-out single to center. And it brings up Cody Puckett as the Ducks looking to add to their 1-run lead.
Well, with the Ducks losing a guy in the number 2 spot that was sitting so well in that spot in the order, and Ricci Corona, they're going to need to have Delta Cleary Jr. to perform in that role if he's in that spot, or in the number 3 spot if Kevin Byes puts him there. But regardless, they need the top 2 in their lineup that are in those spots tonight, and Sabatella and Cleary Jr. to really be the catalyst for this team, getting hits, keeping the average up high, and using their speed on the base paths.
And here's Cody Puckett as the runner takes off, and the throw not in time, not nearly in time. Delta Cleary Jr. with his 17th steal of the season. He's only been caught twice. So skipper Kevin Baez puts Delta Cleary Jr. in motion. He is now in scoring position with 1 down.
No surprise there. He gets on with 1 out. The Ducks would like to get some insurance runs on the scoreboard if possible to give Ryan Cushmal some breathing room. And with Delta Cleary Jr.'s speed and a righty on the mound, no question Kevin Baez was going to send him early in the count, and he wasted no time.
Sattler coming set, and the 1-0 pitch is on the way to Cody Puckett and downstairs. Now 2 balls and no strikes to Cody, who is 1 for 3 here tonight. He had a fly ball to right back in the first inning, single to left center in the fourth, fly to right again in the sixth. Again, 1 for 3. Big Randy Ruiz waiting on deck. Cody Puckett here, trying to come through with a base hit, and with Delta Cleary Jr.'s speed, he'd be able to score. Foul to the right and up into the stands. Count now 2-1 to Cody Puckett.
Good cut there from Puckett, just missed it as he launched it back. And you got 2 good guys, 2 good hitters at the plate who have the chance to drive in this run. Make it a 2-run game in Puckett right now, and then Randy Ruiz waiting on deck.
Coming set, Sattler. Delta Cleary Jr. takes his lead, and the pitch, slam foul, slashed into the stands to the right side. And the count now even at 2 balls and 2 strikes to Cody Puckett, who came into the game here tonight at .269. Home run power, has 6 homers on the season, has driven in 30 and scored 43 runs as well. Solid first half for Cody Puckett this season, and solid on the infield as well defensively. Staring in for the sign is Daniel Sattler, the 3rd pitcher used by Somerset here tonight. 2-2 the count. Pitch on the way, again lifted foul out of play right side. Count remains 2-2.
Sattler faced the Ducks last Saturday in Bridgewater, New Jersey. He pitched in the 9th inning, trailing by a run, and through a scoreless inning, got Griffin to ground to short, Redmond to line to short, and Blank to pop out foul to first.
Once again, Sattler stares into the for the sign from James Skelton. 2-2 the count. Runner Delta Cleary Jr. takes his lead off second base. Pitch on the way is a curveball, lands on the inside corner for a called 3rd strike. Puckett knew it and retreats to the dugout, 2 down.
I think he was looking fastball there from Sattler and got a nice curveball from the right-hander, and Puckett knew it immediately, took off back to the dugout. And it was a good pitch to hit. Unfortunately, he was not expecting it and got his knees buckled at home plate. So a big second out there for Sattler, and we'll see if Ruiz can pick up his teammate.
Randy Ruiz batting from the right side. Now 2 down. Runner in scoring position is Delta Cleary Jr. at second base. First pitch, fastball inside corner for a strike. 0-1. Ruiz is 0 for 3. His fly to right. Bounced out 5-4-3. Cody Puckett able to stay out of the double play by reaching second base in time, but Ruiz out at first, and he's also flied to center. Again, 0 for 3. Sattler staring in for the sign. He's working deliberately as well. 0-1 the count to Ruiz, and the pitch is on the way, and a big home run cut on a rising fastball that he was unable to catch up with. 0-2.
That was Ruiz's pitch. He saw it, he wanted it. A good swing, but ultimately does not make contact. And a 16-game hitting streak in the balance right now with that 0 for 3 so far on the night, and trying to find a way to get Cleary Jr. home from second.
Average now down to 352 with the 0 for 3 tonight. 4 homers, 27 RBIs for Randy Ruiz in 31 games. Pitch on the way, and he just taps it foul out of play to the right side to stay alive. No balls and 2 strikes with 2 down. The runner on second base, that's Delta Cleary Jr., who singled to center. Shortly thereafter, stole his 17th base of the season. Cody Puckett has since struck out, so now 2 down with Delta in scoring position. And Ruiz at the plate. Ducks would just love to get this run across, get a little breathing room. Next pitch, a swing and a miss. That was a off-speed pitch. That was around shoulder high. Randy Ruiz struck out swinging. So 2 strikeouts in the inning for Daniel Sattler. No runs, 1 hit, runner left at second base. We finished 8 here at Bethpage Ballpark. In comes closer Ryan Kushmal. Can the Ducks close it out against the Patriots? We'll find out momentarily, going to the top of the 9th. Ducks leading 3-2.
Hey fans, this is relief pitcher Bruce Kern, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather. 1039 LI News Radio.
Thinking about buying or refinancing a home? Start by attending a free MCU home buying seminar. Then speak with one of our loan specialists who will guide you through the loan process. With an affordable mortgage from Municipal Credit Union, Home Sweet Home will be a little sweeter. Call 212-238-3521 or visit nymcu.org to apply for your mortgage today. Municipal Credit Union. Strong, trusted, growing. Municipal Credit Union is an equal housing opportunity lender.
Enjoy the ultimate VIP fan experience at Bethpage Ballpark this season by taking in a Ducks game from the brand new Trout Town Fan Can. Presented by Roscoe Beer Company, the Fan Can is available for rental at all Ducks home games. It features 12 Dream Seat theater-style padded seats, beverage holders, an air-conditioned atmosphere, and an incredible view of the game. Packages are now available with food and beverage included. To reserve your Fan Can outing today, call the Ducks Group Sales Department at 631-940-3825. The Trout Town Fan Can at Bethpage Ballpark. Your VIP experience has arrived. Well, we go to the ninth here at Bethpage Ballpark, the opening game of this series. And it is the Long Island Ducks leading the Somerset Patriots 3-2. And the closer for the Ducks, Ryan Cushmal, has come in to relieve Amalio Diaz, who threw a scoreless eighth inning after allowing the leadoff double to Aaron Eggleston. Retired the next three hitters in order. And Ryan Cushmal, who earned the save against this Somerset Patriots team last Saturday, July the 11th, will take them out here. He'll face the 6, 7, and 8 hitters due up for Somerset. Matt Gamble, Nate Spears, and Robert Andino, two lefties, and then a righty.
So Cushmal making his 33rd appearance of the season, 34 and a third innings pitched, 29 hits given up, struck out 33, walked 14, just 10 earned runs, 2.62 earned run average. He's won 3, lost none, and leads the Atlantic League in saves with 21. And wouldn't you know it, Matt Gamble, who has hit the ball hard 3 times here tonight, including a solo homer that's still traveling over the right field wall. He's the first batter Cushmal will have to face. Ducks, Somerset Patriots, playoff atmosphere. What more could you want?
It's definitely exciting here at Bethpage Ballpark tonight. It's been a good one between these two teams. Another close game. 8 of the first 10 between them have been decided by 3 runs or less. And this one could very well be decided by 3 runs or less again. And we'll see if Cushmal is able to get the final 3 outs with the Ducks still in front.
Gamble with that home run to right, also a hard single to right, and flied out to left. 2 for 3 here tonight. Cushmal's first pitch on the way. Slings it to the plate inside. Fastball 1-0. For Gamble on the season, his 5th home run and 21st RBI that came way back in the 2nd inning. That was the first run of the game. And there's a ground ball hit hard, just fouled down the right field line, just to the right of the first base bag. And it's 1-1.
Cushmal's got a good two-seam fastball that makes it very tough on left-handers. The pitch kind of runs in. Looks like it comes inside and then breaks back over the plate. And this year, left-handers against Cushmal have actually done well. They're hitting .347 against Cushmal, whereas right-handers are not having as much success, hitting just .158.
Next pitch is off speed and nicks off the glove of catcher Mike Blank to the backstop. 2 balls and a strike. To describe Cushmal physically, 6'4", listed at 210, long, lanky, kind of looks like British Open leader Dustin Johnson. Probably hits the ball just as far. Next pitch, fouled out of play left side, and the count now even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And Cushmal, again with that slingshot delivery. Not easy to pick up the release point, and has been dominant as the Ducks closer.
He's got a good arm, too, so with that slingshot delivery, the ball gets to home plate a lot quicker than you would expect.
Exactly. Less than the 60 feet, 6 inches it looks. 2-2 pitch on the way, and ooh, that just missed. Boy, I tell you, home plate umpire Manolo Alejandro took a long look at it, but just stayed there, frozen like a statue, and the count is now full at 3-2, and you know Cushmal does not want to walk the leadoff man. So Gamble at the plate. Cushmal does not pitch from the stretch as many relievers do. Full windup. Kicks and deals, and there's a one-hopper played beautifully by Blake Davis as he shifted over into the hole and throws to John Griffin for the first out. So with that shift on, and Blake Davis basically playing in short right field, was perfectly positioned for that hard grounder, one down.
That's where the shift is so important. You got a guy who usually pulls the ball to the right side, and Davis was more in that hole. If he's playing in his normal position, he probably doesn't get that baseball. But good scouting there by the Ducks to make sure that Davis was closer to first, and a big first out, because if he gets on, they probably pinch run with Jose Garcia Reyes, who has lightning speed, and you can bet he's trying to take off for second.
Nate Spears, who is 0 for 1 with 2 walks. Fastball missing outside, 1 ball and no strikes. Spears has bounced out, and again, walked in the 4th, walked in the 7th. More importantly, Gamble was the home run threat. Spears, Andino, and James Skelton to follow, barring a pinch hitter. None of them are home run threats. 1-0 pitch on the way, right down Carlton Avenue for a strike, 1 ball and 1 strike. Andino on deck, does have 3 homers, but not known as a home run type hitter. And James Skelton, the catcher, has not hit a home run this year. So Spears at the plate as Kushmal kicks and deals. 1-1 pitch, catches the inside corner with a very good curveball, well placed, right up against Nate Spears, who stands well up on the plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
A big pitch there. He knows Spears stands in close to home plate, so he wanted to make it seem as if the pitch was very far inside, but that one right over the inside corner. And Spears right back in towards the inner half of the batter's box.
Spears with just 1 homer on the season. Breeze still blowing toward left field. Batting for the left side, a call, strike 3. Spears is down 2 away here in the 9th. Fastball inside corner. Spears struck out.
And that's great. That's a great job of recognition there by Kushmal. He knew where Spears was standing. He knew that Spears would think that pitch is inside, but it's not. It's right over that inside corner. That's the negative when you stand on top of home plate like Spears does, is that those 2-seamers inside are going to look like they're inside, but they're not. They're right over the inner half of the plate. And Manolo Alejandro, the home plate umpire, accurately calling those 2 pitches.
Here's Robert Andino at the plate. Kushmal's first pitch, inside corner for a strike, 0-1. Another good fastball. Andino is 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. Walked to lead off the 3rd inning and came in to score a few batters later on a sacrifice fly from Aaron Eggleston. At the time, gave Somerset a 2-1 lead. Ducks lead 3-2, top of the 9th. Next pitch, just outside, or a little low, or both. 1 ball and 1 strike to Robert Andino. Top of the 9th, Ducks leading 3-2. Ducks 4-3 on the second half of the season. Somerset 4-4. 1-1 pitch to Andino on the way. There's a broken bat grounder. The bat goes flying toward Dan Lyons. He picks it up, throws in time. What a play! Bat went toward the ball. Dan Lyons, with great concentration, guns out Robert Andino to end it. Ducks win! Ducks win! Ducks win! 3-2. Ducks take the opener here at Bethpage Ballpark. And what a way to end it.
That is some play by Dan Lyons. He's got the bat coming right out towards him, and he's got to do everything he can to keep his eye on the baseball, and he makes a barehanded pickup of it and throws a perfect strike to first base. That is an outstanding play by Dan Lyons, one of the best shortstops in the Atlantic League, and you got to give him credit for making that play in a 1-run game.
What other way could you expect this one to end than with a web gem, in this case from Dan Lyons, in a 1-run game you did not want anybody to get on, and Ryan Kushmal with his league-leading 22nd save of the season. The Ducks go to 5 up and 3 down. Somerset goes below 500 at 4-5. We've got a very happy, almost hysterical recap on the way. The Ducks win it 3-2.
Hey fans, this is Kevin Byers, manager of the Long Island Ducks, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather, 103.9 LI News Radio.
James Simmons is going back. He is looking up, and on in the Park Night, that one is gone and reaches a kennel in Central Islip.
That was another home run for the Ducks. And Duck fans, what's more fun than a home run that helps the Ducks win a game? How about a homer that helps the community win? Chappie's Funeral Home and the Long Island Ducks have once again teamed up for the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. If the Ducks hit 100 homers this season, Chappie's Funeral Home will donate $5,000 to the Quacker Jack Foundation. So every time a Ducks hitter goes deep this season, watch for the Chappie's Challenge home run count on the scoreboard. And if we reach 100, we're all a winner. Chappie's Funeral Home, where caring for others is a family tradition.
Can't get enough of the Long Island Ducks? Well, now you can get even more inside info on your favorite hometown team through Facebook and Twitter. The Ducks are constantly updating fans through social media with scores, transactions, ballpark promotions, and much more. You can even win great prizes. All you'll need to do is make a free account on Facebook and Twitter, and then visit us at facebook.com/LIDucks and twitter.com/LIDucks. Think you're Long Island's biggest Ducks fan? Get connected now.
Well, what more would you expect from a Somerset Patriots Long Island Ducks matchup than another tight ball game? And this one, once again, was a tight one, a nail-biter, where the Ducks rally from two separate one-run deficits, and they win it 3-2 to take the opening game of this three-game series. Ducks improved to 5-3 here in the second half, 51-27 overall, while the Patriots fall to 4-5 in the second half of the season, 54-25 on the year. The Ducks now with a 29-7 home record this season, 22-11 record against the Liberty Division, and as for the Patriots, they are now 24-11 on the road, 25-16 against the Liberty Division. Let's recap this one. It was an exciting one between these two teams, and in the early going, it was all about the long ball. In the second inning, with Billy Buckner on the mound after retiring the first five in order, Matt Gamble hit a solo home run to right field that cleared both walls. It was the fifth home run of the season for him, and so the Ducks fell into an early 1-0 hole, but they bounced back right away in the bottom half of the second inning. As with one out after Randy Boone, the starter for the Patriots, retired the first four hitters he faced, John Griffin hit a solo home run out to left field, a line drive bullet, his 11th home run of the season, which leads the team and is tied for the most in the Atlantic League this year, and that evened up the game right away at 1. In the third inning, though, the Patriots got that run back and took the lead back as the first three hitters reached on a walk, a single, and a bunt single. So with the bases loaded and nobody out, Billy Buckner had to find a way to get out of trouble, and he did that. He gave up the sacrifice fly to Aaron Eggleston, his 23rd RBI of the year, that scored Robert Andino, but then got a 5-4-3 double play off the bat of David Vidal to end the inning, and the Patriots' lead was just 2-1. Buckner would get out of another jam in the fourth inning, as with two outs in the inning, Gamble reached on a single to right, Spears on a walk, but he got Andino to pop out foul the first to end that threat, and he would settle in from that point on. Meanwhile, the Ducks were held quiet in the third and fourth innings against Boone, but in the fifth inning, Mike Blank led off with a bloop single to right field, and David Weiss, the colleague here in the broadcast booth, said all you need is a bloop and a blast, and on cue, first pitch from Steve McCail, he launches a two-run home run to left field, his second home run in as many days, and his first one here at Bethpage Ballpark, and he did it in front of family and friends.
It was on the very next pitch when we said what a thrill it would be, his first game as a Long Island Duck at home, to hit a two-run homer that would give the Ducks a lead, a bloop and a blast. I got to thank Steve McCail for making me look like a genius.
It was perfectly timed, perfectly executed, and it gave the Ducks the 3-2 lead that would end up holding up to be the final score. Buckner came back out for the sixth inning, got the first two hitters out before giving up a two-out single to Greg Hopkins. That's when Kevin Baez went to his bullpen to set up a lefty-lefty matchup with Matt Gamble. It worked out as J.C. Romero got him to pop out to left field for the final out of the sixth inning. In the seventh inning, Donnie Veal came in for his first home appearance of the year and gave up a leadoff walk to Nate Spears, but he followed that up with a flyout to right by Andino, a strikeout of Skelton, and a force out at second off the bat of Vinny Zerillo to end that threat. In the eighth inning, it was Amalio Diaz, the setup man, who came in and gave up a leadoff double to right field by Aaron Eggleston. That was the exact same way that things started for the Patriots when they scored a run off of Amalio Diaz last weekend. However, Diaz settled in, struck out David Vidal, got Michael Burgess on a ground out to third, and Greg Hopkins on a ground out to second to end the threat in the eighth. And then in the ninth, Ryan Cushmall came in, fell behind against Gamble, but got him to ground out to second base for the first out. Struck out Nate Spears looking on a two-seam fastball over the inside corner. And then with two out, Robert Andino hit a broken bat ground ball to short. A terrific play by Dan Lyons. as the ball was hit on the ground and was rolling towards that broken bat. Initially, both David Weiss and I thought the ball was going to hit that bat and prevent Lyons from making a play. Somehow it eluded it. Lyons picked it up with his bare right hand and threw a perfect strike all in one motion to John Griffin at first for the final out. And that held the game for the Ducks. He earns the save, and the Ducks win it by a final count of 3-2. The final totals from tonight's game for the Ducks: 3 runs on 7 hits, no errors. They left 4 men on base. For the Patriots, 2 runs on 6 hits, no errors. They left 6 men on base. The winning pitcher, Billy Buckner, who continues to get wins on the mound for the Ducks. He is now 7-1 on the year for Long Island. Gave up 2 runs in 5 2/3 innings on 5 hits and 2 walks while striking out 4. The loser, Randy Boone, drops to 4-3, his second straight loss to the Ducks, and he gave up 3 runs on 5 hits in 6 innings, a quality start, no walks, 1 strikeout. The save to Ryan Cushwell, who threw a scoreless 9th inning, a perfect 9th inning at that, his league-leading 22nd of the year, a brisk 2-hour and 26-minute game here at Bethpage Ballpark tonight in front of a crowd of 5,566.
You know, Michael, this is only one game, but it really felt good for the Long Island Ducks and for the fans. Just think about what has happened, what has transpired in 2015. First half, the Ducks set a record for most wins in a half, 46. Do they win the first half? No, because they faced the juggernaut Patriots, who win 50 games and lose only 20, a 7-14 winning percentage. So the Ducks finished in second place. But the first half ended with the Ducks taking 2 out of 3 from the Somerset Patriots. And now after a 7-game road trip in which the Ducks go 4-3, facing the Patriots in their first home game of the second half, they come up with a win that sets the stage for what I'm sure will be 2 more terrific games. This one tasted really well tonight.
And I think the most telling stat about the Ducks right now, they have had 4 players, 4 key pieces of their team get taken from them by Major League or foreign organizations this month alone in July. They're 9-4 in the month and 5-3 in the second half. And that shows you the chemistry and the character of this team, that despite losing arguably the player of the year and the pitcher of the year in the Atlantic League to the point where they got signed in Mickey Janis and Lou Ford, a key piece both offensively and on defense in Ricci Corona, and another key member of the rotation in Andrew Barbosa, to lose those 4 pieces and still find ways to win games, especially against the team with the best record in the Atlantic League, that certainly says a lot about this team.
And, of course, 5,500 plus tonight, another great crowd on a perfect night weather-wise. I mean, you couldn't really ask for more than that. And I know that my daughter, Rachel, celebrating her 21st birthday just a few days ago, took 2 good friends, Sam and Nicole, with her, sitting right behind home plate. And she stayed the entire game. I'm so proud of her, and it was worth every single pitch. Good to the last drop.
Yeah, she saw a good one.
Yep.
Well, as for tonight's player of the game, we are going to give it to Steve McCail of the Ducks, who hit the game-winning home run, the 2-run blast to left field in the 5th inning. His first home run as a member of the Ducks in this ballpark, his second straight day with a home run. And so Steve McCail is tonight's player of the game for the game-winning 2-run home run. We'll take a break. When we come back, the out-of-town scoreboard one final time, and then we'll set you up for the middle game of this series, which will be tomorrow night here at Bethpage Ballpark. The Ducks win it tonight 3-2 over the Patriots.
Hey, fan, this is Prentice Redmond, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather. 1039 LI News Radio.
Spring into a new Honda at Huntington Honda and pay $59 a month for a new 2015 Honda Civic LX sedan. $59. So spring into Huntington Honda on Jericho Turnpike just east of Route 110 or HuntingtonHondaCars.com.
Huntington Honda, discover the difference.
Auto 24-month lease, total due at inception. Civic $31.90 includes bank fee, first month's payment, no security deposit. Taxes, DMV, title fees extra with excellent credit through HFS.
Family fun every time.
Beautiful evening for baseball.
Big action every time.
He reaches up, it's gone!
Great value every time.
And the Ducks have won it 7-1.
The Ducks schedule is loaded with new promotions this season, and with an average ticket price of just $10 and free parking, there is no better value on Long Island. For game times and tickets, visit liducks.com. Long Island Ducks Baseball. Good times every time.
Back one final time here at Bethpage Ballpark on a beautiful Friday night, and a beautiful performance by the Ducks as they win it 3-2 over the Somerset Patriots to take the opening game of this 3-game series. Let's take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard one final time before we wrap things up. All 3 games in the Atlantic League still going on. They are in the top of the 8th inning up in Bridgeport, Connecticut, and it is the Skeeters who have a 7-1 lead over the Bluefish. Starting for the Skeeters was left-hander Roy Merritt, and he is still pitching for Sugarland. Matt Iannazzo started for the Bluefish. And now in the game for Bridgeport is Scott Schumann. So if that score holds up, Ducks would move to within 1 game of the Bluefish for first place in the Liberty Division standings. As for Sugarland, they have 3 RBIs, 2 hits, and 3 runs scored from Chris Wallace to lead the way. The only RBI so far for Bridgeport has come off the bat of Josh Prince. In Southern Maryland tonight, it is all Blue Crabs. They lead it 11-1 over the Camden River Sharks, bottom half of the 7th inning. Darrell Thompson was the starter for the Blue Crabs. He is still pitching. Southern Maryland has gotten 2 hits apiece from Casey Stevenson, Zach Wilson, Gustavo Molina, and Jake Opitz. Molina has 3 RBIs in the game, and Jamar Walton is 3 for 3 at the plate. Camden's only RBI coming off the bat of Daniel Rocket. And as for the Barnstormers, they are shutting out the York Revolution right now 6-0, top of the 7th inning at Clipper Magazine Stadium in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Brian Woodall, the starter for the Barnstormers, he is still in the ball game, and leading the way is Brian Cavazos Galvez at the plate, who is 4 for 4 with 2 RBIs and 2 runs scored. York had Frank Gailey starting for them in the ball game, and now in the game is Eddie Medina. And they have no RBIs in the game, but 2 hits apiece from Eric Patterson and Brandon Boggs. Lots of home runs at Yankee Stadium tonight. They are in the bottom of the 7th inning, and the Yankees have a 4-3 lead over the Seattle Mariners. For the Yankees in the ballgame, Alex Rodriguez has hit his 19th home run of the year. Chris Young has hit his 11th. And for the Mariners, Kyle Seager has gone deep twice, his 13th and 14th of the year. Masahiro Tanaka, the starter for the Yankees, is still in after 7 innings. Mike Montgomery started for Seattle. Joe Beimel is now in the ballgame. And as for the Mets, they lead it 1-0 out in St. Louis over the Cardinals, middle of the 4th inning. Good pitching matchup. Noah Syndergaard for the Mets and Lance Lynn for the Cardinals. The only run coming off the bat of Curtis Granderson, a solo home run in the 1st inning, his 14th long ball of the season. Back here in the broadcast booth with David Weiss as we wrap up this game. The Ducks and the Patriots will play again tomorrow night here. It'll be righty Ian Marshall for the Ducks and lefty Sean Bierman for the Patriots, a pair of all-stars this season doing battle. Marshall 3-5 on the year with a 3.47 ERA, and Bierman 8-2 with a 1.78 ERA. And with Mickey Janus departing for the New York Mets organization, Sean Bierman right now has to be the lead candidate for Pitcher of the Year in the Atlantic League.
Absolutely, 8-2, 1.78 ERA, as you mentioned. I mean, he can be lights out. Very, very difficult to hit against. Ian Marshall and the Long Island Ducks going to have the work cut out for them. But to get the first game of any 3-game series, especially when you're returning home for the first time to start the second half, Ducks got things going on a really positive note tonight. Every which way, some stellar defensive plays, the biggest of which was the final play of the game. What a way to end it. They did it with power. They did it with base running. Did it defensively, and of course with pitching. A fine start by Billy Buckner. Good work out of the bullpen, which was shaky at times, but they bent, never broke. And the Somerset Patriots, they were looking at the fact that they only had 1 run needed to extend this game and could not get it done. The Ducks did what they needed to do. Another wonderful game between 2 terrific rivals.
Well, the bottom line, the bullpen 3 1/3 scoreless innings in the game. That's exactly what you want. Buckner turned in a strong start tonight for the 2nd straight time. That has to be a positive sign. And as we mentioned, when you lose some key pieces to the lineup, you need to have your pitcher step up and do the job. And tonight, the pitcher certainly did that job. The offense got 2 big swings of the bat in home runs from Griffin and McQuail that they needed, and they were able to come out with a big win. And that's all that matters, is wins for the Ducks to try and get the second half Liberty Division title. Still very early in the second half, but a key win for them tonight.
So remember, 6:35 is the game time for tomorrow night and 5:05 on Sunday. We hope to see you right back here, Michael. A pleasure working with you.
Always a pleasure. David Weiss, thanks so much for joining me here in the broadcast booth tonight. And thank you to all the listeners out there for joining us for the broadcast. A big thank you goes out to Dave Miratello, our engineer back in our Ronkonkoma studios, pushing all the buttons for us, doing a great job as always on LI News Radio. Once again, the final score tonight, it was the Long Island Ducks 3 and the Somerset Patriots 2. We invite you to join us for our next Ducks broadcast, which will be tomorrow night when these 2 teams meet for the middle game of this series. Pregame show is going to begin at 6:20, the first pitch at 6:35. You can follow all the action right here whether you're listening on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball, or on the Ducks flagship radio station, 103.9 FM LI News Radio. My name is Michael Pollock, and for David Weiss here in the broadcast booth, thank you so much for joining us on your Friday night. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast and the Ducks win. Have a great rest of your Friday night. We'll do it all over again on Saturday here at Bethpage Ballpark. So good night and so long from Central Islip, New York.